Today's theme goes to the heart of our national reset agenda: building institutions that deliver measurable outcomes for citizens. The public service is a constitutional pillar. Under Chapter 14, the Public Services Commission safeguards merit, professional standards, and fair appointments. It runs within an ecosystem in which boards set policy for their entities, the Auditor General and Parliament enforce financial accountability, the National Development Planning Commission frames national plans, and the Local Government Service executes locally. When this system works, the state serves the public predictably, transparently, and at notable scale. Across the Fourth Republic, many reforms have advanced, yet persistent weaknesses, if we are to be true to ourselves, continue to hold back performance. Authority is fragmented, appointments are often politicized, even at the technical level, performance management can be weak, and data often sits in silos. Compliance is often valued over outcomes, and enforcement can be very weak and soft. Challenges in revenue mobilization across successive administrations tell us that this is a systemic issue rather than a matter of individual effort. The result is a trust deficit that we cannot afford in a region where institutional fragility has had real consequences. Institutional fragility has had consequences of often that are negative, and even in our own history, tragic. We all have a shared responsibility. Political leadership sets direction. Professional leadership, such as yourselves, run systems. Performance depends on design, how we recruit, incentivize, digitize, supervise, and measure work outcomes against set performance indicators that are agreed with government. I would like to use the 24-hour economy as a practical case study rather than just a slogan. It is a test of whether our institutions can deliver services reliably, digitally, and around the clock. Citizens and businesses must be able to apply for permits, pay taxes, clear goods, access health and emergency services, and obtain information with speed and certainty at any hour. That is progress. That requires clear service levels for regulation, interoperable platforms across ministries, departments, agencies, metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies, a single identity and address framework, and real nighttime operations for safety, transport, inspections, and utilities. It also requires data-driven allocation of resources and accountability for results rather than just the activity itself. This in turn calls for a new leadership profile. And that leadership profile, I must say, emphasizes that we as leaders must be digitally capable. Leaders can no longer treat technology as something that is alien to be delegated to younger recruits. We all need to understand data flows, cybersecurity, interfaces, and dashboards well enough to ask the right questions and make the right trade-offs. Second, we need to cultivate analytical capability. Decisions must be grounded in evidence, value for money, and not anecdotes, and not personal preferences. Third, we must evolve a collaborative capability. Our greatest risk as a society and as a country, and our history tells us so, is that we often live in silos. And our greatest risk are the gaps between institutions. Agriculture needs roads and transport to make agro-parks work. Ministry of Trade needs customs and standards to move goods quickly, effectively, and safely. Ministry of Works needs water and power to deliver infrastructure that functions. Technology is not an add-on. It is a core public infrastructure for a state that serves the citizens 24 hours a day. Governance must also evolve. Compliance will ask the question, did we spend? And the citizen's real question will be, after you have spent, did it work? That should be our measure. We should move towards outcome contracts, routine public dashboards, and real consequences that recognize success and correct failure. In plain terms, success will be when we see fewer queues, faster cycle times, more manufacturing and service jobs created, leakages and corruption closed, and higher satisfaction among citizens and businesses with the public services that are designed to serve them. To keep this practical, we propose 4 steps every agency can begin with in the next 90 days. First of all, appoint a senior 24-hour-plus champion in your organization to lead a tailored implementation plan and report progress to your board and to your respective commission. Second, conduct a regulatory audit and list the forms, permits, and processes that slow businesses or invite rent seeking, and table specific timelines to address these issues. Third, select your 5 most used citizen and business services and digitize them end to end so that they are fully accessible and trackable online at any time of day. Fourth, choose one sister institution amongst you whose work is tightly linked to yours and set up a simple data sharing protocol to remove one shared bottleneck that will make a visible difference. Colleagues, the 24-hour economy is a non-threatening way to rebuild capability, trust, and collaboration. It will succeed or fail on the strength of the public service. Let us choose to be remembered not for being obstacles, but enabling growth and transformation. Let us build institutions that are as dynamic, innovative, and relentless as the Ghanaian people we serve.
This event is timely, and I want to commend the Public Service Commission for continuing to organize it. It gives us the opportunity to meet and network and see how we can improve the efficiency of the public service, and also to usher in new persons who have come into offices and delineate what their roles are and how they should perform their duties for the smooth running of the public services of Ghana. And so I'm sure that in the course of the next 2 days, for chairpersons and CEOs, you'll have the opportunity to know what exactly your roles are. I remember the case of a chairperson who was appointed, and after he was inaugurated, the next day he appeared at the establishment and asked, "Where is my office?" Of course, you don't have an office there. But, I mean, his understanding was that, I mean, he had got a job and he was executive chairman. You're not executive chairman. And so you're supposed to do policy, regulate, support the management of the organization to achieve its objectives. And so I told the committee that was appointing the boards and things, and I said, as far as possible, make sure you don't send somebody to the same place where he was. In England, they have what they call the busman's holiday. When a driver of a bus goes on retirement, he has nothing else to do. So he goes back to where he used to work and go and sit there the whole day and converse with the drivers and remember how he used to drive. When you send somebody like that back to his own establishment, he thinks that he's come back as a chief executive. And often is a recipe for conflict. But also, if the person has worked in that field, then it means that he's got all the expertise to be able to guide the organization. So it is a very fine line, and I believe that in the discussions you're going to have, a lot of light will be shed on what everybody's roles are so that we have a public service that is operating properly. From the monitoring we've had, so far, we're at about 26 or 27% in terms of affirmative action, gender. And the affirmative action is no longer a bill, it is a law. It is an act of parliament, and so we're supposed to comply. And it says that by 2026, we should be at 30%. And by 2028, we should be at 35%. And by 2030, we should be at 50%. So it means that we do have a shortfall. And I remember when the boards were being constituted, the president has power of appointment for some of the board members, but a lot of the governing boards have institutional representation. And for God's sake, don't you have women in your institutions? Every institution, you ask them to send the names for inclusion in the governing board, and every single one is a man. And, I mean, you just find it difficult. I was very embarrassed when we were inaugurating some of the boards, and they were all male boards. It's not acceptable. And so one of the outcomes of this event must be that we must have a system by which we can monitor and make sure that our governing boards are gender balanced. I mean, just looking at this room alone, I mean, the testosterone in this room is it's overwhelming. And so let's take a look at that and make sure that we're able to achieve the objectives of our affirmative action bill. One of the things that happened in the world was Africa was passed by the various industrial revolutions. The revolution in information technology and all that, we have managed not to be passed by because Africa in its own way adopted what was the most appropriate path, that is using wireless mobile communications. And indeed, we became the world leader in mobile wireless, having more mobile connections than several developed countries. And so it means that we can adapt and not be left behind in the new revolution that is bringing artificial intelligence and all of it. Artificial intelligence can help us to improve our productivity, because all it is about is that somebody has sat and developed algorithms that makes it possible for that artificial intelligence to analyze far faster than the human brain can do. And so it is an instrument that we must look at. We did an AI session for all our ministers and all of them so that they will understand what this new technology is. And that is not a creature that is going to eat them up, but that they must have an uptake of it so that they can understand and use it as effectively as they can. The private sector is already taking to it like a duck to water, and they're coming up with all kinds of solutions that beat your imagination. Only 2 weeks ago, I was with one of the oil marketing companies, and before they had to shoot 6 MIG manually, and then you don't get real maps. You have to drill before you are able to tell. Today, they've attached AI to it. It's able to give them a much better picture and able to tell them exactly where the resource is so that they don't go drilling dry wells like they used to do. So it's something that can improve our productivity, and that's why the public services must not be afraid of technology uptake. We need to explore all the cutting-edge technologies that are available so that we can create an efficient public service that delivers, what the people of Ghana appointed us for. My last point will be about accountability, integrity, and honesty, and Togbi dwelt on that a bit. A few people, when they are appointed to public offices, through a party, they are happy. They are not thinking about the responsibility. They are thinking about, the perks of office and all that. And we've seen cases where people have run those establishments like they were their own property. It's not yours. It belongs to the people of Ghana. And they appointed you for a period of time to go look after what is their property and serve them in the best way possible. We must get that orientation in our minds so that when we go, we are able to do what is expected of us in these public services. And so we have laid down procedures. We're supposed to follow procedure in doing the things that we do. It might be cumbersome following the procedure, but it's better to do it so that you're able to track and trace that it went through the normal procedure and that you took cognition of all the things that make you accountable, so that tomorrow somebody doesn't come and call you to, I heard a song, Iyoko Koko. Somebody doesn't call you to Iyoko. And so let's follow the procedure set down by law to make sure that we leave office. When you leave office, you must be able to hold your head high. Wake up in the morning and not fear that anybody will call you to come and account for anything, because you did things the way you should have done them. Recently, I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee, and it's so pathetic. You know, why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee, and then you hear all kinds of atrocious, things. I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report, that persons who are found guilty of infractions or do not follow due procedure or lead to loss of public resources, we must have a fast-track process to Nsawam, Fast track before you see you in Nsawam, 6 months. Until we do that, until there's a deterrent, we're going to come every year and they say total misappropriation and infractions of found out by the Auditor General is about 15 billion cedis. I mean, if we save 15 billion cedis, can you imagine what it could do?
Kwaba edeba eye TVXYZ so baby a wo hwe me bia wo tie power 97.9 FM so memo kwaba edeba eye madwadi ayato de inside politics so TVXYZ ne power 97.9 FM so and there akwaye Wednesday 8th of October 2025 and there akwaye Wednesday 8th of October 2025 we check time mama abo 3:31 pepe in the studios of TVXYZ in the power 97.9 FM. Maybe I will be on my ha every coming way. Free Sambre Akosi 555 for the me chefa so say me de amayo sema ekoso wo manyimu eni omanyimu seminar no ye de bro wo dwumedi su dia me de so Nicholas ya Owusiosen obetumi Aframican Nicholas make out say you streaming live or power 979 FM obetumi ahwe bi o Facebook and TikTok sa so na TVXYZ Ghana and also obetumi ahwe bi o Facebook and sana YouTube ye XYZ Broadcasting no so obetumi ahwe dwumedi bi na wetie bi kama pa ye call ye satellite TV a multi TV digger box TV channel no de XYZ ye so sa so no audio channel no so kwa obenya Power FM was so etie digital platform no so free to air no so betumi etie dwumedi ahwe bi kama pa abra ye besomo Ghana dwumedi ayato ne den inside politics the biggest socio political program ye de bro Monday to Friday and the Nicholas na fa konya kesena tena so a me de dwumedi de bro sonko so pa it be bia wo bia no for ntoma bom ntoma no na me pacho stay glued to your TV and our radio set na tie nsama ekoso wo my ganum abra ye de browi ma memfa seda PAC FM mo twedi ampon yankopom se wa ma ewia sei etumi atomene wo baby awa wo team Ghana fa na nyina sa so no production team mo bom chidom ma me de dwumadi so ebro memfa aseda PAC aseda mo du emfa mamo Mr. Kelvin Asante ye the executive producer o producer showy sa so na me de mani trim wo MCR hoso a ye be hu Ralph Jampo TV director ono so ho director affairs kama pa sa so na Peter Cranton ono so ho Elder Peter Abbas Ashama Boya yitumi wi anade mo hwehwe ono so o hosa ye yɛkɔ sound Mr. Emmanuel Neti ono so na sound no ɔma bibia etumi kɔ yie pa na wote sound no kama crystal clear me ba studio ha cameras yɛbɛhu yɛnua Francis wa ha ɔsɔ yɛ ade won tafre pa nti ono so ɔwɔ ha me nua ba Elizabeth Tego ewie wakɔhwɛ mo media ma ho nyama man pa nti Lizzy kɔhwɛ ma mame esa so no Kofi the boy Frankie wahyɛ no ntoma atare osi ne ti ase ɔsɛ ken da Ghana born et saying sana tie di politics dwumedie wɔ ha nti akuku dami na me ne ɔma kwa bom a yɛde inside politics dwumedie yɛde bɛsom free sambre kosi 555 come ho na yɛnsom yie na bibia entumi enko enkan saa na yɛhyɛ dwumadie no ase a no onum sɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ade aneni abere yie papaapa ɔne na point is a ɔmo bo man etwe so man bibia bɛda yie fi sɛ aban papaaba na ade ba ko a na koma so ebisade a ɔhyɛ Ghana football sɛ on previous government ne ntumi ankwantia but obe make sure sɛ na ban ne de on mekwantia owura bi a wedi Ghana ewu so ɔde w'anim kyɛ nim forest ɛwɔ masama boy ne mpotema ye frɛ no entwibosi akwa dodo na frɛ ne chairman wuntumi Ashanti regional chairman edema the New Patriotic Party wohwɛ papai ɔne na konta mining kwan omne oman afaso asɛ nim forest ɛwɔ sama boy ne mpotema na ha adwene papa na chairman wuntumi edimani yie abro yie papa forest reserve da hɔ a yɛdi guo yɛndua ɔkɔsama boy a yɛnim sɛ yɛtwa ndua wɔ hɔ pa ndua forest reserve no yɛtwitwa na yɛsua ndua bi a nsuo ni adeda hɔ a yɛfiri sɛ yɛbɔ saa kwae no ho ban ne nsuo wɔ hɔ chairman wuntumi ɛne ne dwuma a yɛfrɛ no Akonta forest anasa Akonta mining ɔmutumi bɔwura mu ɔmo de ɔmo excavators ebubu ndua asense asene pa na ɛbɛka aka yɛ ho a chairman wuntumi saa dwuma de odi yɛ na ndɛ yɛde charges multiple crimes a ɔkɔse yɛ a make us say separate 2 cases na yɛde abɔ count yɛde abɔ chairman wuntumi na ade kyese papa yɛdi mani bɔne yie papa ɔne na Akonta mining as director no da no friend Kwame Entwi ndra ye kai se omukopie mu court na ndra ne ye de bo mo papa charges a yensia 6 charges na ye de abo ye chairman wuntumi one ne director da Akonta mining na no Kwame Entwi a omudi man bone no ye beka aka ye ho a sasemi sorry abra na the previous government His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo da no we beka ya Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo kosia clergy asofukuo ewo Koforidua na okachom se chairman wuntumi onye bone sabi owo nkrata edwuma oye no ho fan nti obi ka se oye galamsey eniama onye so oye no oso oya na omoboa ebeka na Addo defend chairman wuntumi enye bebi asa asofukuo anim na Nana Addo tumi gina ye defend chairman wuntumi abra na chairman wuntumi ye galamsey edi mani ye forest reserve wa boewrem anu ni nkrata saade na akɔso yɛkasa Nana Addo ne na ban Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne ɔma ban kwan ɔmedi ɔma newu yensu ahoro ɔma sɛ no ene yɛn kwan ɔma bubu ndua asense ase a Nana Addo be defendi wuntumi abra na wuntumi so odi ma ne bɔne mɛpɛ be kaka ye yɛbɛsan akɔfa bio na wonkasa Ken Nicholas me na metena ha na me keka nsɛm bi enim me pese Filiga Dochi we ye evidence show a ye de bronze evidence based show ye de bro na ya kaka bra Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo kopie mu Koforidua na asofuku okasa asemi ogina hodi akohwisem atrosem e de cha asofu yi se chairman wuntumi ho son mo ye no fata no se mo men kotie sa kasamfonyi ne mbra.
Let me respond briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. Further, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has, through the agency of the Forestry Commission, with the assistance of the military, made the effort to cordon off all 294 sites of forest reserves in the country and rid them of illegal mining as we speak. We will continue to work to ensure that this situation remains permanent. This government is determined to win the fight against Galamsey, no matter the cost in effort.
Inti eye entwubosi akwa dodo na afre ne chairman wuntumi. Ono no ye Ashanti Regional Chairman de ma NPP. Ono no ye Kofobai Akunta Mining. Ono ne director no hwe adwuma no so e friend Kwame Antwi. Omuko PM court. Chese chairman wuntumi sabi oni nkrata ye diwura eye New Forest ho. Ewo eye Samaboy ne Mpotem. Kohwe Moni Akunta Mining. Chairman wuntumi adwumen. Omahwe bubundua asanya sensuo eniamo oma sen wo Samaboy ne Mpotem bo no forest reserve omadi ewu sei na His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eso etumi agina asofoku anim adi tro sei aka asem anim wedi etro ekota krada was lata monhwe ha waye Nimri Forest no monhwe ha waye forest reserve no yenhwe ha wotutu or this surface mine excavator say room say ho na meyama reho ne say Nana Addo His Excellency John Dram His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo otumi gina ho esan ditro na bi mu so bo nsem ho e de ma no eya reho sam MPP abai 8 years ebedi oman na wu no bi ba ye 8 months wo ka say 8 months no ontumi mfenko wo di 8 years entumi ankwantia illegal mining one kasa wo regional chairman Ashanti region chairman wuntumi oni papers osori na wa Bwera forest mu ma bai na wo so na o makwa ekotutu eye forest mu wo hwe wo hwe eye television wo behu but for the benefit of yenuanom mutie radio or say mitirem na mutie na muhu meko enti Samaboy sa Nimri Forest no ene na eda so sesi ano monhwe kwanya forest reserve ayembonrem ye wondua ne niema mbo ahorewom chema wuntumi ne na Akunta Mining Kwame Antwi etumi abawrem etutuma sai mundua asensase yenhwe nsu eda ho mani aye enti wo Samaboy ne Mpotem a na sansu wodumbia yare boni a chema wuntumi de di man enti se obi sori kasa o defend wuntumi modi aye man a na sabi wunni meko na chasa wundwe man no ho na meye me ya president Paul Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo president a wo ya president o mampeni na checks na onya na se na age ni semoni meko so na wudi man yitro asofuku gina omanim kase on se wuntumi onya illegal mining ni bia abra ye na enim say wuntumi Akunta mining ye illegal mining say si akwadu nsia 6 charges na de aboche ma wuntumi wudi man ne bone president so ahwaman ye nim editro 8 years mo dia sayen ade anya hu report e be PM no say eye Professor Frimpong report e ba ye 36 pages e chese wa wo backyard wo fie wo chebi wo dan echi ye tu Galamsey wo ho nje na president onu abebi ofi ye tu Galamsey na wo fi so baba ka chese o wuntumi ye onka ye nim oye former ministers former MPs anu mudi mankotene wona na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo na bem oni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia mo appointees anu omudi Galamsey mo akotene ye kase ye bubodin abebre enti 8 years na Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bebu man de omudi diewu omudi man ewu hwe commitment His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ba oye eniema na muntu otu 8 months pe onfanya magic na nsu nani nante mo ho adwuma omo ye wo ho adwuma oye wo 8 years wan fanye wo beda ho de 8 months no nipa ne nya den abrogu so kun wo ye Ghana ni ahu se MPP eni bibi papa bi ademayen omampani ano dano mo hwe dwumadi one the vice president ansana regional chairman mo demand e wusei na wo sole na wo ye Ghana no se genge wonyi chema wuntumi anu wo hu boni a wedi boni a chema wuntumi edi na chema wuntumi sensemi a iguso on Galamsey ye ka ho asemi ansa na yebekọ 2024 election shema wontumi santina television TV so eka che Ghana fo say ono sabi owo document o bibia dedi o bibia che say ede pepepe ono chema wontumi o bibia o ye legal minor enti obi antumi enka bibi ntia no obi antumi nsori ntia no mpo kache His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say ontumi nche no cause oni bibia da pepepepe ana monkai say chema wontumi beta television so kansa na reflect ye koye tia san kofa aba and that chema wontumi na ebu abono no just a document kra na so do rough forest di tu eye gold ne niam no ne bi na wati ma na ewusa no moma yenko hwe also a governor of Ashanti region yenko tie ne nsem bi odo tu dwa ende yenhwe ma chema wontumi ato no sa na oyekohwie odi tro na mani odi ma na ewu moma yentie nsem bi ambre bi okan
my success in life me wuntu 2013 ugu majuma you seized my 500 excavators 400 pickups mama now kwa usro say the other year me nyina no still have me that's who hold me captaincy say I'm still remain as a captain no like I say me ba contact mining me guru na matwaro ye na me akwa wu me usro me we president to na oba national security for no more negotiate with me as an waba now you negotiate with me as an enter now who just want to be a team ketwa who say ubetima no man ya desi this for no na me no ya na this for to be say obi to be no o pa na mo nya ye omoye one na ye do me want to me there obwa want to me mean slow now problem run to me mama say me no me gira ho ya fa so da fodi wachi na hwesa me wati me a say me buy ya na juma ya we will push ubati a pushing to me now even illegal legal no what is the difference is a document
yeah
the difference is a document so as a veteran miner so I don't know how to get document
akwaya mama sere chema wontumi ama masere I see difference illegal ni document what's one document also the bora kwayem yenhwe yensas yensu a chema wontumi aye but I don't blame chema wontumi I blame Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na Nado Danko Akufo-Addo because president mu nipa ni di omani nya say na president to me gina so for enim ka che omo say wontumi onye illegal mine na sa na obeka because president e defending area enti sabi wa ansema ehia so fata na oka na okeka obi antumi nya ne hwe ono no oye way or dog ende wontumi na aye multiple crimes ye dia bonu two separate aye cases enti yakasa wontumi ye illegal mining wontumi mo ye yina no ensem fata ye ka no sesi ade anya ye o embra no na aka ye yina ya te ne pen enti ehia so obi be sore ese ye na mekwadi ati ye wontumi ye say ehia ko wontumi e demand ewu o se mrani ni di o so ne mradi because wontumi e demand ewu papa so wo ko nimru forest wo Sama boy ma konta mine na ye ho a wo se befem we demand ewu papa eno na da television so wa wonim Sama boy de wo be hu se nche ye timba ne ahuru na ho na na timba djuma ko ho omutu a anaso omutwedua na omadua bi ndua ne bi nyi ye bubu ne nyina mo hwe wa wo hwe television eno na da ho no nsio tin a Sama boy ne mpotem wo ko western region ko western of omodom na ya sen mani aye se de cocoa powder egu nsume de makasom no wenya boss tina TV station so kasa basa we demand we so kasa ai dey document and then etumi may hu legal and illegal so illegal mining na wo ye illegal mining want to me 2024 ye beto aba and say mo tina ni TV station kakan no we demand we say no wasant no akasema ehia president say embrifino so ni meko so be defend won to me say say amra no ni di ma say ananim na etwa wo nanim anyinya hwe nanim na anyinya because ono anka se onimse bone na wadi bone no se mpanimfo hwe aman mpanimfo aban lawyer mpani omohwe de asem no to meda baby aga na edu na hia se be spy obi a wadi man e wo se man ni wudi o man ni sika na se be wafa o se yeje Ghana baby ye du ne hia se omo di o man e wo mo man na se no mra ni omudi e ka hu bi na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana foto abama wo because ye hwe MPP aban 8 years obe say eye oman no sabe wa ye nsase ye kwaye ne meka ho enti wontumi nsensem ne de mengi ni so bibia oda so daye nipa bia beka say we yose me defend wadi e wusi MPP fo na akra bebre nsem o mo kan chema wontumi adi oman ne bone dodo mbre ne ni ndi say ye mra na ni ni di enti mese no so se no ho son a ye hwe ye ni di akire say ano odo ho trim nche be conditions ne sabe o meeting here o trim bone a wedi we are betting national television so you gold mon hear me gold me say ensem mebre na fight against galamsey you go so ye ka ho nsem ana illegal miner you go so edi ho enkomo ya no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o say aban papa ba no kwetia galamsey pa no kwetia galamsey dia ende wetu anamon bi e bradwe ne ntiase so na make say wetumi ama EPA 24 Land Cruisers wasama omo 250 motorbikes wey ye di boosti fight against illegal mining enti de teno no na galamsey sensemi ano abra make EPA nsemi ye beko EPA de no so afenyo marking oye minority leader wo parliament says ya no ono sa kasa afa galamsey hu me pese ye behwe afenyo de na wi a ya hwe ma ban na ye a che say wa committee say ayade a oye committed so obuama ya kwentia illegal mining enti wo de amumenti afenyo marking leader de minority in parliament no so na sama ka afa galamsey hu ye wi a ye nko EPA nsem no so.
I think organized labor was the first to sound the alarm bell on May Day to say that galamsey was now getting out of hand. And since then, we've heard civil society talk about it. Frankly speaking, I think we've all failed our nation in respect of this matter. I mean, I was the chair of Ghana Water. I had a tour of our various sites, and the effect of galamsey was very telling. It cost so much money to treat water, Ghana Water, and we seem not to be taking action. We would have to continue with this engagement to let the authorities know that we have no other alternative. This must stop.
Minority leader Alexander Afenyo Markin ono no okasa say Ghana Water yenhwe hawa yensu akro essay nti galamsey must stop ono no okasa no nti galamsey must stop dia yeguso aban na ko 8 months no obeko pa na HS aban na committed so be fight against galamsey and say illegal mining nti ono no nsem na make say aban no supporting an effort out they fight against illegal mining says ya EPA Environmental Protection Agency and also authority wetumi make say wetumi am almost 24 Land Cruisers Saasona or the 250 motorbikes or the boosty fight against illegal mining. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wono mpanifo atwa ho ahyia mo ba adwuma na me hyɛ mo yie pa it we can say EPA acting CEO Professor Nana Ama Brown Kluche Professor Bichia we abere wakasa afa logistics supporter agency ne tumi anya na make say omode beboa Forest Commission Minerals Commission ene Water Resources Commission ebetumi yakoetia illegal mining yensusem yenkwaye ene sabiwa ade anyame de ache ya ewe yensase mo no wakasa afa ho mama yentie Professor Nana Ama Brown Kluche nsema odetudwa.
Mission is to find more logistics than what we see today. Today we have 24 Land Cruiser troopers and then 250 motorbikes to start with the fight. We already have some logistics in the system. This is an additional logistic to support the fight. We hope to secure more for the same mission that we are in. We know that this is a serious fight. Every Ghanaian is concerned about. So this is some of our efforts showing the commitment that we have on the fight. We can't do without the vehicles and the motorbike. So these logistics are to support our efforts. So we have the Environmental Protection Authority, Forestry Commission, Minerals Commission, we have the Water Resources Commission and Geological Survey. So these are the institutions that we meet to discuss the way forward, especially on the issue of illegal mining. And the logistics are going to be shared among these.
Eti Professor Nana Ama Brown Kluche onona yete enenkano wachere se abina bon homboden pa na ade so omugu so hwe se niam bebre betumi aba na aboa ma yakun etia illegal miner ekoso o my Ghanam we ade a Professor eso ade atodwa ono so obo adwuma obo adwuma ye papa enti matene no mabaya ye no wabɔ no homboden Ghana Environmental Protection Agency your friend EPA ono ho apenina akasa no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wabɔ adwuma papa na minim se bebre na wo ye na minim se nche Galamsey manesi ebetumi etu ase kra na Ghana so yakuma atoyeyem kama pa na Minister of Interior ode ensembi atodwa say na say yebehwa attacks ekọ security agencies ye security officers no anu odin obehwe na driver ni mate o mate ahye police officer so Sunday wokọ Sampa German North ubehu nkofo a no mudi police for so a police car kra kotehye amunam ha adwene yie pa odi ato edwa sesade na ekoso wo manhim na ekosoro na sesia ade o ka kire Ghana futimemufo de yentie ne yie make us say 4 security officers baby omoda edin personals edin yie pa mo hospital a yanhwe ne ye kra na anhwe abia wunsu nyame mfa samba na sesia ade the National Security Council no omo directing all agencies so omo apply a necessary minimum air force on self defense sesia so attack police nia no fit say sebiwa se kanhye no so twa wo de betwa so boat ya because self defense no ekwan obehe na mate bi the driver atwahye obi so bono police ni na omo tete omo ntare ne niem omo de ye and it says ya de to a wise we etimemini na wonnim na etwebo na mo ahye police ni bi so bono mu prepra no mo se omo nye na ono nso bibi obetumi de defending ho bia na hye no ho a obetumi aye ko ye ntena ho ana achimfo kase omkose yenhwe mane nse yenhwe ma ye security personnel se ne enten hye omo so empre promo omo so ye nipa because amamboyfo bi nipa boni bi the time na ya no match as police force so fire service for ne sebewa make us say idiato baby na ye bedum na nkofa afa abo na omo pro fire service for na bro te me kan Francis sere yenim bebre fire service for bedum ja o say ye hwe na mudum ja na o ma tia fire service for bre me chief fire officer Mrs. Daniela Mausi Sapo ono no ye fire service penny mommy mitiaw officers na so bre omu kodum ja na ye pam abo ye toto abo mo ye de boka ne meka ho sesi ade ye se omu so self defense we ye bibi no omu ani so omu ndina won hwew so no so bibi obetumi aye as self defense no nye ntitimemfo civilians ye ntu ye hofo ko sesi ano we ye bibi no so bibi obetumi aye de defend no ho beye because na say kwan aye fa so ye ne omu edi dwuma bi na enye fe minister in charge of interior Honorable Muntaka Mohammed national some of the two yentimra
for emphasis just like the security coordinator says. I just issued a statement before I left Accra. We are not anymore going to tolerate communities that attack our security personnel and our security facilities. We will no longer tolerate that. And I send this signal and this announcement to all perpetrators who think, because of our democracy and our resolve to get our security agencies to do the right thing, to take them for granted. Just last week, as we speak, we have more than 4 of our security agencies who are lying in the hospitals between life and death, simply because they've gone out to protect life and order. We are no longer going to do that. We will let the force of the forces come to bear on any community that think that they will attack our men and women and go scot-free. That will no longer be tolerated under this government.
My main facet appears here more Honorable Muntaka Mohammed, Minister in charge of interior on no day nanu disem atudwa no says ya de say wudi agora na mo attack security personnel bia no so bibi obetum dey self defense no de bebo no ho bai de teno no ye nhwe ma ne nsei ye nhwe ma bi mu enye nkwase asem kwan ya tase wi shepol na say ba ku bia me hu madina kwan so na trotro driver ne mate how many police here na hadwene nti say ya police for no na Ghana National Fire Service mo personnel no so almost obrepa umbedum ja na pro mabo ne meka ho ni na no say ya no almost bibi ni a woto o metu ehia ba mo di hia wa na no ode nti ye na ye ntu ye hofo na ye nhwe bibi na omo ye na ye nti ase a ye nhye omo so police station toto abo nkwase omo ka ne ade amu bebi omo te ye report man penifo de teno. Now Director General Adema Signal Brew Dr. George Atabuating and the Odiatudra SSC no more monitor social media pa Yami Shamu no more bet tracking individuals betina social media no mudin kwasi asem hunu false information and near ma sebiwa a disturb public fear and panic Sanya mani nanti en wonu obibia mo asesi social media ayefo or the camera sini sunu phone no ko Facebook live TikTok no kama hia kan sembasa sesi ade we ya be track we ya baby e wo bia no ye be hu no offenders no so be face legal actions pa nti yemfa nto obibia nim abata muntu mo manofo kasefi ibim wo mo kasa obi obetie no ko no fifie pem enso because of nkwase asem nti camera sini so na niam anya so ka na oka didi atem atro na nsema emfa so ndwemba odi atidwa se ado obeye sa bia no ye ba moaw na wate wodwe yentie doctor George Atabuating ono no Director General Adema Signal Brew na so nsema odetudwa.
I must also say that those who hide behind TikTok and Facebook to spread misinformation and disinformation, to incite violence, to cause anarchy and chaos, we will come after you no matter where you are. Initially, it used to take us 24 hours. Now it's coming down to 12 hours. No matter where you are, we'll find you. Our record speaks for itself. Through coordinated international efforts, our offices rescued 2 Ghanaian women who were kidnapped in Nigeria. Here at home, our surveillance and intelligence teams successfully dismantled and arrested members of a cyber fraud syndicate in Wa, Wenchi, and Techiman that had duped a prominent chief more than 1 million cedis. These are not just operations, they are real stories of life saved, justice served, and trust restored.
Enti Dr. George Atabwating, Director General of the Masina Brew, ono ana yete na no disem no. TikTok, Facebook, ene me ka ho ubetena so a kwasi asem kasa honte say yentete mu na mu di mpanifo atem na mu trete ne nkofo. Say sia wa wo bedim no ye betraka wo ye bedoa wo na emoawe a embrane ne ubedipa batan muntu manofo. Moso amunya embre betan so keka kwasi asem say sia Ghana no wutie bi mo nsem a say wudidi atem keka kwasi asem a na o trende enti obi aba na why na adresse on so person kan kwasi asem o kan sem bi aho hia creative fear and panic or di hu bi betum or disturbing kofo public peace ne mekaka ho na wa trende to di scene so na wakaka bi na eche say chance say get away akan kwasi asem o get away obedi watem o na o trende wa wunim obeye sa no ye bechewo echewo amra so ene obedi nti dia eteno no. Now, the National Security Coordinator, COP Osman Abdul Razak, also and there are two. No, the two no wakase. There were over 10,000 CCTV cameras. I installed nationwide on my Ghana baby. I yeshe the quantia Bonia Rani Pebidi. Oma bombarding ISI initiative to a broader national security strategy to improve response time and public safety. And to say, "Si ano so wonama na wadwen ya wo say wo di boni bia national security omo install cameras Ghana fa na nyina ti ma wo ye bia no wutem na ye doawa no beto de yenkwati asama COP Osman Abdul Razak Oditudia.
It has growing network of cell towers across the country and has installed over 10,000 CCTV cameras nationwide. We intend to expand this surveillance and deter crime. I am pleased to announce that the Eastern region will be a core part of this future expansion of the critical infrastructure. The data and capabilities generated by this asset in the Eastern region will be analyzed right here in this very facility, making Kufuridia a key node in our national security network. A facility of this sophistication requires a workforce of equal caliber. We recognize the immense talent that abounds in the Eastern region. Kufuridia and the Eastern region boasts of bright graduates from several tertiary institutions who are tech-savvy, youth with innovative minds. The human resource we need are right here. Therefore, the NSB leadership should make it a priority to recruit and train talented individuals directly from this region.
Iti national security Penia Odano COP Osman Abdul Razak ononanu di sem no de atudano. Mamemfa happy birthday amodu emfema CEO de ma Cat by Catty, Catherine Efia Boa, a fashion designer. And there are wada or say Nyamisha Papa with new age ne remaining fruitful until the senono see what the ma Cats by Catty or no Catherine Efia Boa. Madam, maybe I will be ano memo happy birthday. Yes, I want sano bo papa until dear. Mehena me de mentari aba mo apam bia ma me oban so me ne beba mo apam esu so papa enti ene nyame nhyiraw Catherine Efia Yeboa CEO Edema Cat by Catty no na odaso ahmuka wom fe ende Wednesday enti binim say bia weekend na odi birthday ne be hye nipa me de ne chi aba no so onim no ho ti me ne baba na e be di birthday no kama pa na bibia adede ti nyame nhyira with new age papa happy birthday madam enti baby adri de enye say yes Last week in Chami Obia mentanyare na omo bem nipa ba ku mienu bi bedi adanse senche malaria bi yere me last week Thursday na me po adwuma me kofi ade na ye say ye bomi see no me nom ice water chilled water na me hu say awo tie se me so nti anam ko bie me wardrobe me hwe mu no na mala mix ibishem na me fa mala mix no na mabokakra adeche no na mala mix no akaka kra bi wase besinde malaria no etu mejonso a eninye bunu bi aye kama nti se me pacho malaria akanfo ka na 3D ananyesa fever na how malaria na fever how malamix or Jamie last Thursday enye say ubi obe mi mo be me pa nim malamix intimidate dance aka chebi mo me se me bo no goma adeche na yare no ko me malaria tumi me I say yabo me no ye de blog aso me no manyame ye no ni na ye power specialist herbal hospital omo eduru na Jamie Thursday no because ya malaria ndro ni bi orthodox ones no wono ma na abo nti ebu ansa I say weni aha o say woda ni meka ho but we anya me sa we herbal nti me akache doctor say na menka ho asem last Thursday eduro na Jamie papa nyamishia power specialist herbal hospital hene yere akosia edu aya ene doctor hene ba make say jiri kajiri ene de ekuku da minim say lawyer Dennis Oforiasi edu abey ne nse ne botomi anya hwe fafa soja woman wa brochire nti medinidim be ma hwa na ha adwene men vitality mema no mumpe we bi kama saa so na ye wo hebaten on a boost immune system no kama ansana cough care on is a stubborn we want be a stubborn be num cough mixture ahuru na mbo but wonum we be to ase ye edu aya sk no so eboa ye papa stomach stomach ulcer ayem kro na eto se bia we fum na ye basa wo hu ne ma yi ansana ye wo liver care ono so says ya liver problems in ya dos wunya bia ebebo ye papa ya doctor sa na oba no no pray no ho papa banti oba ya chewu but all you have to my studio so brand we ja malamix nti owie ya pe no say wo kam mema Francis no mako no mako jaba because wa malamix ajimio na wajimi no if power specialist doctor akwaba bibi awako there ya danyame ase impre uni obedin koma for power specialist about yentio
abusia ya akwaba power tambre ason power specialist heba hospital ya den chef ya doctor Penya or the hospital doctor akosia adu aya ho de mo bibia ojebre na ohwe power time da bia nsema ka nyina ne say adansidie papa enkrofodi fa power ho TV so radio so internet rem ya hodo no won so be ka adansidie fo no bi power specialist Seba hospital dodo no afan last stop yo Kumasi won crime ena ye water crade Kumasi wo fe yase ye ni Jasper Flint station di enhwani mu wo aputoja contrast kwan ne so Lake Road ena ye wo akra wo kwabenya ACP kwan so ne block factory no edi enhwani mu na fe takrade wo Anaje Estate Customs Road ye ni single washing bay ni so di enhwani mu numbers no ayemiensa famu bia ne freyen wo fra branch na ebe ono ne ama direction aba ho na wa beji wa yaresa numbers ni 0555 79 78 78 0200 38 38 31 and 0244 54 44 22 Monday to Saturdays and the day you Sunday penny juma even holidays a juma or your branches in mu na the power a yes from kono say oba labo papa bi a wo hia say ma ya no beye ye di mfidi show mu so hia say ma yes scan so hia say ma ye x-ray bibi biara asase ma wo ye ne beye ansan the draw account the entire ye ne sa ne say ye pese ye hu ade pote pa ekoso ni padua ne mu sentry say symptoms bi wo ho no mu a obenya no enye betim this symptom kro no aba no edoso obi obi simi tipai me obi tipai no nanso ne de na malaria the same tipai no obi de typhoid tipai kro no bo ha ne BP ekosoro dodo obi ho ne moja etso ate ne moja na awe obi ho ne de ne severe constipation ne nyina no ebetima wo tia pai o enti so be make sure say you be hwe san ne ma woni nyina ne ye hu de ade tipai no ebaaye ne attack the course no ye ma waduro bi akeke say bi aso tipai wo wadum ye onwono wo ho ayehye enu ntini ama malaria do no enye malaria nko na de sa symptoms no ba typhoid ewo ho hepatitis B obetim the same symptom no abro enjiro bi ko hospital ya be ne lab symptom woni nti yeso ni malaria ba doctor ni timi ka say o man malaria treatment meanwhile ni pa ni malaria o ba symptoms na ni pa no wo no say na numu ya no nwuno ne ho ya ne mra ni tipai no ne ho ayehye enu nti no odi malaria kra no a ibe man malaria treatment o chese enye papa enti sa wo ba ebe make sure say wonum na ye onwuno wonum say so ebu o gallbladder problem kra say obonwuma no bonwuma na tale wo liver no ho no ya na tetare fansa akokọ ne aponche sa de green na tale liver no ho a ebogu ho a yese untimi anwie no sa bonwuma no mpo say ho no anasa infections bi ba ho a ebeti ma ominum no wonum nyina ayo nyonyono wa hwe beka se wanya malaria banu malaria dro sa dien enko enti ya ne sa wo ba ye make sure say sa symptoms na wo de aba no ye be hwehwe ma hu sa wo de na de sa symptoms na de abro ye tako the course na tuade no ase enti say ye ma woduru ase de tie bia ya de ne bedwane because ye nim de sa symptoms na ba ye nim de ma oso tia na ete ye nim de ma akokata so wuntumi na ye nim de ma chese hunam nyina da bia wa ye hojo edwende wonum kura won tere de ye behwe ne tuade no asa ma enti ma ya de bia nka won to dem obra power ye wo ho Tumika bra wana odi adanse TV so radio so wana wo fe ya manone mesoma me nua we mesoma ma me we mesoma obi ma ne beto adro bra me na said yesi ye adwuma no anya asem ketoa so te Ghana ha o hwe power time bia obi a o hwe power time na so odi yade bia chinchini a waboka bra wana munura bra fe wa bra wabamu abu eye so yade we de no na du ko wo ma mesraw Tumika bra power specialist herbal hospital Kumase Enkran anase eye takrade. What is the hepatitis B? Positive. O shedemu su. Sentence say obi aka cho say yade we de we ya no no. Wan kasa wunua no mpo. Wo ma you bo ama, wo ma you spoon ama, wo ma you cup ama. A mu no anidi, wo mpa so beben. Won ma oba no abusa say doctor. Yade we yesi esan. Enti betima ma me ma aba me nchan ana. Betima ma me ma edidi. Yade me nana bia bejame. Mede ma hwe no enkrofo keka sembebre fasa ya de we ho yese ho mfifire kura kan obi obenya bi ukisi obi a obenya bi sentence ade anu ne transmission a true body fluid enti mfifire ka ho sebi saliva ka ho woni be ma hia nsuo no simi no aka ho nyina no enye no kure ene nke ne afotro sanka obi a hepatitis B misraw so what test positive enshedem na ensu men kase ase yade ne niaduro power specialist about hospital any hospital ba ko pe ye wadansidie kire sa ampa yare no yetimisa etu ase free moja mu ye manage men kase yese yade ne be manage no ye manage hepatitis B nyamiadom power specialist about hospital edini ye ba ko pe power specialist about hospital hospital nyankopad ma doctor akwaso adu ahamanura yede sasa hepatitis B no etu ase enti bra wonfina ya wo ya den wo chika se mututu ya de kakra bi na wabre bre bia fili se hiti oni padua ni mu ya na honam hyehyew honam kekaw wutimi titu ho sa na honam nyina twitwa wudi kitu bi na yefuna hye na ayekutu uyefuna ya den uyefunu no ahono wani aye very yellow wokoye scan ya catch say wo fatty liver tie ni yie wo fatty liver wo liver enlargement wo liver cirrhosis just say liver no srade adabrebo no ho ayetwom liver na ho no ayekese ama wo fe ha right upper abdomen ha no ahono ayedendendene aye wo yade fa wo fe kopie wachi liver no ayedene achenchene liver cirrhosis misraw bibia techma wo liver no ho bra power specialist herbal hospital power specialist herbal hospital enu achiru hia aduro bi efe no aduro ya liver care wey eye liver duro tatahwe say fatty liver say liver enlargement say liver cirrhosis say jaundice na chew jaundice ba ya chew e bada da na kumuni papi ni nyina na ye liver no problem Tumrika bra power specialist herbal hospital Kumase Encrine and I say yet takrade odi na ye kidney stones na e how ana kidney stones among severe waist pain usisi achi lower back ho aya wo ya ehyehew unase nyina sha say tatai who was live kidney stones or kidney stones Tumrika bra power specialist herbal hospital emfa o kidney eni agro ebetimi akun bema kakra mina Johnson do wama ho kwan sa Johnson na sa ye de na mai o chim ansa na Johnson aba wa yase nyina ya wo ya ayireten Johnson no entimi ma eye problem kese wo Johnson bema no ya wo ya ehyehew o Johnson yo tin kasa Johnson bi akam o Johnson we ne moja di akire bro kwa de ba ni nyina ye moja nko a enie me de sa symptoms we ba no edoso obi o the same symptom ne de na ye prostate obi de aye bladder that is cystitis obi de aye ni kidney obi de aye ni ureter na se ni urethra e bia o de na ye untreated infection gonorrhea bi syphilis ba nya ne bra bi atwa no afa na sunsun sanso no aba misro be mena entena ho miamfa catheter nkwahye obemam miamfa rubber nkwahye obemam eduru samponponso no a je saniema aya aginsemu ano no enne ya hu sa asem tonso nim nyina bi no enne Tumrika run Tumrika pa hwehwe kira kwan Kumase enkrata krade baabi a ben bia boye pono mu na ya muwa emma woduro sese wona odi adanse wo sa ya de ohuna edoso wo ho na wo ya fro doctor sese me catheter no ayi enu ankasa yi masa busa ne se na eyi ya no Johnson eba wo se eba sa awusia catheter shower Tumrika bra power specialist herbal hospital nyame adom ya woduro ebeyi catheter na firi ho ama Johnson beba unya pensi bia Johnson beba normal abusia emfa prostate ni agro be my problem kase pa mu ba ko prostate odi na ulcer na how ekom de wa ayasam aduane to yema ayasam wodidi mi ayasam ya na yafu na hye na yekutu gastritis ulcer symptoms na bi no ya na obofuno obi kura timefe ulcer ekuro no so enya ntetimu obi fe ya na obo no nyina yo ya de kopie wa chutanya heartburns aduane odi na jejan abo indigestion no sa nyina timetriti misrobra yema woduro yenchira de sese wudi de sese woni na treatment no aye smooth de amount ebira kakra bo sa foti bi bibia yebe ma adu aya SK that is stomach care ekro bia wo ya funu no mu me se o sabetwa wo chika sani mu aya wo ya ahyehyew utibe nya hotwe o o sabetwa ma wa fon aye tantantan wo hia adu aya SK emfa o sani agro ebetimi ahaw obawa wakoma bo se kim obawa na uyi ahora ne moja wo mu okoko ha aya wo ya ahyehyew omfeno mfinyina aya wo ya ohomia ensiso ohome sorosoro sa bibi biara eye problem ewa wo chest ho say ya wa na obo say ya wo lance mu na problem aba say ya den na wo chest ho how wo hia adu ya cough care heba mister chest cough eye dwuma papa obitime bo wa sa na odwonso ho misra Tumrika bra power specialist herbal hospital me vitality be me bi o emre wo mpam wo hia jiri ka jiri yesu sa no ne didi agora si jiri ka jiri be me be wo ana ne risuro no unya bi e ba boawo be yi ntini mu nyina ma moja na timi akogire ntini no mu ma be ma watimi abodwuma te se be ma de se onya ye hebatin heba mixture immune system booster ne de ka ho se dia je se ba bia wudi amount abusua Tumrika bra power specialist herbal hospital Kumase enkra na se yetakrade wodi no ayagota kompo ena show minimum kompo show minimum ye ho ye operation ya fasa kanka Bemo de bena ni nyina bema ukom betimi ada betimi abotai oba betimi ayukom kama entena ho bra bi won mo ba se me ko yiye asan aba wuyi atimi san aba no mo so nya duro free power na nane ni nyina afiri ho ma wo de a besisi wa mo aye kama awarefo mo pawo mumienu nyina amamra ye sremo ya na ye pese mumienu nyina baba ba bia problem no wo no na ye treat ya solve amoni je atimi awie peye power baby senya na organa ha na doson wona oto doctor akoso adu ya bedi na edoson oba musimo nya bi no mani je awie peye wo ya bema wo low sperm count nti awolu ntimi ma eno oba na mra oba no ovarian cyst or fibroid who was appendicitis, inflammation of the fallopian tube, no more see. And to question intimate for ovinum shabamano, and cosiano, intimate for tubunum and ma, and make coshabamano and quamo yes pramsono, and manin sent to me ma. Muninamra power. Yanway do wait it Asan and such a cho. Debia, why you do this with ya for more, as I dear tar and nase. Oba power, so he has a your massage by your kama. Kala Mr. Neda TV no sono. A tie for the do tatashe about boa pa. Yen running in say malaria, say a type, said in how ya more ya no so no chance in your wojuma. Uba power specialist about hospital. Ya dear beer baby on San Franco, the brother. Ya dear young wojuma, I sebi atacha. Quata, says Sebi a song, Sebi Conyado, un sano a kurukuri, yen to me yet. So when in a bo, yen to me young wojuma. Sebi Udian case 5. Time case 5 no ho say a henia shower ya se abedo ha ebe mo odu ebe firi ho na tena ma ne koye case 5 ni wie dia ene na chese ya ginsemu ye wadu ya ointment and a dead TV no so na do ya ointment hu ba bia yo bia koye adwuma ba we ya carpenter ni we ya fitter ni we masom wadwuma na adine sa dien unya bi twitwi ho udware we ni bi sra ba bia de be che no na ho dendenden ba bia obi ayo Kumasi won cry ena ye water crowd Kumasi wo fe yase ye ni Jasper Flint Station di enhwanimu wo aputo ja kontra so kwan ne so Lake Road ena ye wo Accra wo kwabenya ACP kwan so ne block factory no edi enhwanimu na fe takrade ye wo Anaje Estate Customs Road ye ne single washing bay no di enhwanimu fra yen 0555 797878 0200 3831 and 0244544422 Monday to Saturdays and ye di adwuma Sunday pe and da ye adwuma holidays ye adwuma all your branches ni na yado asese brebi agebre na ohwe power time nyame yadoma da sane sabre yan so ye dia pop de ho nsam no ebesan abro
Mamenda Doctor Hineba ase papa ofi power specialist heba hospital enti omundru no woko eye shops ahro na hebaten ne eye jirikajiri wokwa wonse betumi akabi o herbal any pharmacy ato apeti wo Ghana fa na wo yare so no woko eye power specialist heba hospital wokwa doctors wo hwa yare no metibia no mehwe etumi aboa ma bibia etumi akọ enkanyamo baby ayedri yebeko na ya dan ye ho aba yeba ye to adwumadie no so menya ne ntie se Ghana Black Stars LED by a go to Neil anti Ghana Black Stars etumi ahye eyo mu nuanom mu fi Central African Republic ba ko what ayeko nti mun sha asem fa mo passport na mon papa ho me ba se sia.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce to you Cancer Mixture, a herbal mixture for arthritic pain.
Arthritis, it's me. Cancer Mixture, no, Cancer Mixture, no, Cancer Mixture.
Yeruba Biarana Nudruo, Moria, or arthritis. Cancer mixture, obey your juma when you put it inside. I'm a pencil new grand.
And if you did, you know, menu on your market for your button, I want one menu for
First baby am from one sanka. Senior Susan Bonnie Biara, go doctor, and I report for FDA Med Safety app no do.
Enkratui FDA app no do.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda former son yefunu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry also yare ya titi be ben fie pi nanso ne yemu nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa
menyi ni se what also tamfo hexa capsules any hexa mixture yanum bom kotia also no bia ma no anom anka ne ho to no dadaada also dro de eno any hexa capsules any hexa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
also yekura eto yefunu ene ensunumu etuma wo yefunu ekeka wa wogye wo ho a enyi also etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye also de a kope hexa capsules any hexa mixture nanum bom na ho abeto
pedudu etu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedum ye no enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
also tamfo ade age adwade nkrato yi atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrebo eye edwumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. Ebwa eyi insa free ni peduani. Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yi. Nanso, woni se niema a yedi na yenom. Timi ma brebo ye edwumaden sen pote.
Mehunda. Me brebo ye juma pa e bia se me ntumi ye bibi bo me brebo
ani and nuntina what the left here from the Moses Clinic ne Herbal Center about herbal food supplementer we sit pa de brebo ama e ye juma ye
na e ye juma
fatopa ye no yino anopa ne enwumre na eboa ma obrebo ye adwuma yi sene be ya ebetimi anyam aduane a wodi esiesi ni peduane mu eyi mu finsi yi
eno na me brebo kia pa
Ubenya Life Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets a ebeo. Sa wo pedudu so to a 0244 06 8447. Life Kid wa wo brebo wa wo ni pedua. Edro yi enye ma apemfo e ma ema omomanofo ne mmofo a wonya mfie dumie FDA agi dwedie krato yi atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Mesamo akwa bebiom deba TVXYZ so also awutie power 97.9 FM mwakwaba ediba inside politics jumedie so na ye to jumedie no so na medemani chrem wo Pristia Univalley constituency Mamitia chairman Osman Sofo Dauda Mamitia papa or ward chairman or aboso na ukohwa cooperative mining ekoso responsible cooperative mining ekoso ho onena odano chairman mpomu te say woni Delaguda bibia konkan him say in that 3 days omo be pie mu ho a be ready ho kakra na yenim say aboso de shaft wo ho ebon eda ho tetete ye na no mabro so a mo ye ne kama ho na nyade a mo sei nsuo bia mo ba adwuma yie e de aboa na enye se mo ye ne keke abosofo ye friend is saying brantia ne nketesi omo to ho mfa so na on say krobia mensa wom tu benya nipa mienu miensa bia o meye niama bia enye but mo ba adwuma yie anti maminchi aw Osman Sofo Dauda mamincheche opapa bisa hoye responsible cooperative mining na moye me ami kroma boss mo ba adwuma papa me tia mu ni adwuma funi na monya ne kama munimra no so nya ne kama yedim se mo de documented bibia da yi munya adwuma no mrepem no ebedi nkomo ne yama omohu ha weti na yehu omo bo adwuma enti ede ete no yensembre edredi amekwa na madam ba am say madam my register last week na mini ha say my boss born the day ko si fie na ndeso de edru me so lawyer so say obedi mate obeje ba ko bi your friend is saying otwea herbal powder be mani oba sebi musisi menye ndon colite wokoto a na wontumi mo musubi wonye bi ebebo koko me say koko ha me pant bi pebi fifiri me koko de muade otumi fifiri ba bia sana koko tie ha adwini yi ansen bia na watetem na kofi wo na de nsem bebre aba moboa enti wo so abema sebi wa wonye bi ebebo madam asre olibido no wo form wonye bi ebebo stroke also ayem kro ene oba obu nsa and the first ochi obu na 18th echa obu 29th awade tie wonye bia ye friend no twea herbal powder tie munsem Divine Hope Herbal Center na de abedwaman so nti twea no na so obenya wonsu a enye so shi bebrebe popo we no mo dide kakra na wa wo no twea herbal powder obo no goma you are good to go. Over to you, madam.
Chama mi da si bebre yami show na me fast da PSA enkoma Alhaji wono na aswe ya ye friend say Divine Hope Herbal Center enam no so enei abepie mu asante mantemu a yakachi na edro ya ye friend say otwea herbal powder no eho na free Divine Hope Herbal Center enti wuti divine wuti hope now te heba wotimi se ni na ye nyame ama enti yaba se ye ba beboa mu na me pa cho obi a enne ne di kanya o hye me anase wo hye ye adverti me pa cho ochia heba powder no ni dwuma edinie te se ne chema di kan e kanade bia nso ye ka ho asem no me pa cho obi a wo sisi se wo ye oba se wo ye bema abrantie ababawa akokora na sabrewa wo sisi ye wo ja emu sisiw emu tutu na ede ba woto ase obu oho a ne sisi no akwanhia na ma ne koba na saa obu nso na adwuma oye no otentam na de adwuma den sanse wankwa wundi enti obewie chade besa no na wote nkase ne sisi mu eye ne ja etutu no ehyehye no ya enya sem keto akra obi nso ho na adwuma no eye ntenase dodo Otna sifia no pa ekosie yumre on sorry ent ni nimu ekoba sa no a na the pressure abeto sisie ne so make us obi ho a wo hye me a se wote we wonya sorry a ase plane ebetu agi so okone ni besa aha tulada de kotopon ansa na watimi atre ne mu me pa chew wan hwe ya na akofa ne wo pe atimi ade abrew eno nti wo a wo sa ha yi bi e wo sisi yare mu no ochia heba powder etimi aba ede amaw unse sisien etwon saa na ede ba woto ase anhwe yi a na echene bi ebubu agufom yempe ne santi ene ye de ochwe he ba ba se embra mesi saa ha no entimi enfemom afei obi a oyare koko mesremu koko no ekum sin malaria enso ye ka koko ane ya fa ne tra se wonim koko nsunsuanso ni bia me ba beka bia kirew koko na etimi ma ayemutim obi yemitimi bom asa prana se insu a eba beto asa kanetete ye we kurase Pentecost for ban no ebom gugu na oyema hyew wose ho ayemuni afi koko ti ma oposa wani na wani aye ko ekekawo eye kro na abaso bra papa koko nti kwa brane ne takra egu ne bag munyasem ketwa de bia kokota kra ese kwa brane asum onu na asum no na okwa ne mu beti ona modini munemu ebo bit koko na eye osade no mesra wampe ho asem anka ankope ochia heba yibi anomu a chairman se koko ba woso a etimi jawa yemutim afi obekọ ejanan so anase obekọ private no na moja ewo mu ukoko na ya tenten wotena sia sebi na wotoafo edenim gwase abrew mesrama wonsanka ochia heba powder esan se die ehunie se wunya koko sansunsuanso ina bi ba woso na wampe ho asema nka acha ye mfinhia mienu na emama title bi a ensen fataw Mr 2 minutes petre ton na chese weje muane sa na koko ne besua wo so sana na eba beka wo mema yo ewo mpem afe no obi de ne tsabi na topa eba beje wo mpem na fe wunsem oba obo ne kaye ne ho ade na obi edi sabi mpredua sana ho ade wo mpem eba beje wo yire koko wo so bebi ade be ko bia na wo kasa okwa yi a wo kasa ayefro wo kasa esanse wonim so obi de na ho ade wo mpem beje ne fre wunsem na enso se wo treat wo ho with ochia heba powder saade yi na nya de se wo betimi de ho afore ma na se ebe ha wo kwan bia so enti wa wo koko eni sisi yare bo mode na wonsa enka ochia heba powder afe enya no nko a obu oho no mu a ni BP kosoro na koma boni peri wo hwade a wo hunie ne no sie ni wisi oda BP edroso emfinhia beye enum bosome miensa bosome baako papa yenka se gya wadro no num na su se edro beje wa eyatrema enti wo fira se da BP edroso bosome miensa enkoi wo tena wa mna bekun mesraw koto ochia no dodo wo pato box ni nada ne fiase se wonnom wodi ye adwuma ye ma bosome baako se ankwa da ye tra ne nom se wo da BP edroso na wonnom ochia heba powder na wo BP no anko ase ntu a me na me se jai edro no enom afa ye nuanom mama no wo bu ho a wodwonso a na emu hihye no wada ne wie matumfo anadwo wonnaw sleeping hours ni 8 hours ente wodi mu be 5 hours obe sore obedunso be 10 million enya sem ketwa odunso sope dunso so kraba peaceful anka me ha me kra nkasa dunso no ba eye peace as a pipe a echa emuhihye no woye ne ho hia enye na no dem enam soma obe man atwe wurem obe man afon wa ye lengelenge ashrinko sabi ayese nkola eraser chairman esan wonentem ho wode ye ben ɛyɛ duro wei ɛna ɛbɛboa no mɔkyerɛ herbal powder na ntimi nto saa haw no ase ɛma wo ɛsan sɛ sadwonso ntantam ne ba ɛmu hyehyɛ wabuani agu so ayɛ lengelenge wabuani agu so a ɛnkyɛ na doctor bɛka sɛ yɛnhyɛ wo rɔba bɛma wotena sɛ ma yɛhyɛ wo rɔba sɛ kim asɛm aba na kyɛ sɛ obi bɛgye wo mpena wo wira wabɔ kayɛ ne ho adeɛ no obi ba bɛgye no atwini totorofo pa wogye ne ho a wonte aseɛ enti wo mpɛ sɛ yɛbɛhyɛ wo rɔba na wo mɛma yɔ akɔ fam a mesrɛ wadaroma wohia ɔkyeya herbal powder yɛduro yi ɛntiri hwee wofa ne sɛ tii ɛnyɛ nwono ɛyɛ ma mmaa ɛne mmarima na mepa akyɛw sɛ wopɛ bi atɔ a numbers ne gu screen so nanso ma memfrɛ na memfa locations no ɛnto gyansa na makɔ mmaa no ɛso mepa akyɛw yɛ numbers no deɛ di kan ɛyɛ 0591 56 55 57 frɛsisi a second one yɛ 0550 63 90 37 and I want 0551 22 82 81. Me patro mo amwa seko mo kok husband FM. PK Gombila wano owo temale etifidu mountain. Tema eye nanabo wache heba. Cape Coast eye buachi ansa. Jeff Pharmacy ewo mankesim. Ena chese woko danso manso a na nabo wache krona one Nick filling station ena ebo nswanimu. Asa mafom ni entremu. Ewo eye House of Drugs, Presby Junction ena Biglas Pharmacy. Kweni bubu nei wano owo eye Madina. Sanso na Alafia enso wo Madina main station wana mua. Wubenya ochwa heba pada ni bi ato. Sanso na Cap Pharmacy wano so owo ho. Sanso ena Gapson Pharmacy ewo Koforidia. Na Eziba Pharmacy ene Lenkwa Pharmacy die. Monfa mani entremu ewo eye Aguna Sredro. Sanso na Santimantem die ehwa ne ye nduro no ntini. All herbal shops wubenya bi na watimi ato. Ebusua wo fra na waka wo location no ne ya kyeso bebi abenya bi ato Jokar Pharmacy ewo Kasoa enti bebi awo biara wo la pass nso a for wani kyemu ewo Angel FM enim ho no mo front desk wo se meto ochia me pa cho bebreba obetimi ato bi ato na nom na wo to a edi kan obetimi di ensuo hye anom na susu kisi bi wasase yetimi chono timi di ka ho esanse be ma de wo no oba akoda mu a ye wo 7 kisi bi asase wotimi biema oba no first key, second key, third key, up to 7th key no. As I saw banitimi chune to ase kakra wo hu. Na wo chune mo ka se aji. Na je se wodi e chuna ma na kono. Be ma se went menya tight we en free oba no after mpemu agora. Na je se chairman wa mo bra, wo mema yo akofom na emma e ba bedu hu agoro. Enu ntimi srew fa numbers na phrases ya na collocations ahodo no. Enche na mede ma no si no. Abama emma ani emmenti. Obebi wo ne menses no emma ye ne menses na ye double track eba 3 months na wan kasa mi bi say wo reservoir wo yam a moja no emba no uki pia kosi daban wo bia ye family planning wo koyi ye no ne menses embabium obi nso die pa eni tum se jebidie ma me emwa dan kwama bi ebe haw se wonya ocha heba powder no a empre ho mfa enso hye ne menuanom emba no se eye afechi kom ye wo a empre wo emfa ensohye enom wunya ato a na wafe numbers no a egu ho no ye bet so kwan mefa so abanam a wo menses no ebetimi aba afa bebo ho wonam a kakana ne buafu wo kasa by heart papa emblem no wate boyfriend ha no na tinka kofom wate ase enti bibia ye na bufu mesra wo no mo twa heba no a etimi boa ema wonya high libido watenka ewosoro wonama wonante akokudro mu sanso na sebin producer oba wonya enka boni bi ewo wase sebin producer wo yi o pants no tim se cent ne mpampan no a eba no wanka sample enso wani enhye wo nkran a hwan ba na enkonko hua wontimi nka nkyerɛw chairman tuba akopɛ wo frɛ no a wonfa wose be ma broken heart eye wa na yade ne wo ho no wan pɛ ho pomasi bre na ama chairman abehu sa ha no a wono so wo treat sa enti se won saka ochia herbal powder ibia ebebo ayi efichiri komu yawo etimi adi afiri ho no mo sans na menses no eba breki obu ho de whole year wunya 50 years sebi wuntwa bra o enso the whole year menses ababa akopɛ ne 70 years kran say bo wait mi ba wo na wo wo 30s wo 20s ye nuane ye de ne nye emanso ye pendua no rough enti se wonim sendro we na wampa bibidro bi anya e kyene bi na ekwa akɔhaw mesrew ebeyi saa haw ne na afiri wo ene enkabɔne ene wo ho a wasiti mekekaw ne ade scent na eba no ma me emfataw wahyɛ wig ahyɛ bone straight ahyɛ front ahyɛ nails aye makeup yi wo attract chairman ya sustain no eno na hia enti de obi de be sustain chairman no na ye ɔtwea herbal powder ye dro yi FDA fuagia tum se eye ena ye nyankopɔn so na dia ma ye Ghana fo so di hu adanse enti wo twa den na ya na obi si na wo twe die di na ehu aye sanfa na pane a wonim die ntia endubina na ye de ye edro we no ba ko ye fe no ɔtwea eno no wonyo obi aye fom nipa wonim aduane ba ko ye fe no ɔtwea eno na ye de ato so ye fe no se ɔtwea herbal powder nti edro we wonum a wati endubina no wonti se ne nam mmirimu a na be ma de wonum ɔtwea herbal powder acha simedu na wugina so peme nti ye besere woni ge woni yira enkonom kofa asem bia enfam the Divine Hope Herbal Center ye betu yare ase enye police case nti mesrew wonya ahoboa no a mesrew enkonkonom ne bo enye din ukuta 20 ukuta 15 cedis a shops ahodo mebbo so nyina wobenya bi atɔ hɔ na wonso wo ho atimi atɔ kai se wa pomudin your priority enti se wo sɔre na woni ahoɔden a sika na opese wo pɛ no wo dream mansion no entimi empa so na de ya ne said papa wa pɛ sika wie na obi na ɛkyerɛ so na obi disca ne san ya de enti ɛno nti na ɔtwa herbal powder aba edi amount enti kɔpɛ bito na wankasa bɛfrɛ edi adanse yi pa
wa so ma wa wenyi do a ɔtwe herbal powder na me kanfo edi amount enti esia de wo hwɛ adaka ni na meje enti de etene no ɔtwea lezi se menjini na enti on se wo hwɛ adaka ni na no maje ɔtwea herbal powder maje lawyer we ni ha we wa abrochire enti menje bi a red flag nti sanity or herbal powder list to what ya na ni age yi papa chairman list to ya beto o monka sesia baby edri mama nkoche aboafo nkrato ba ko mienu miensa me ba yebedi nkomo me ba sesia
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
If a cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre mi yebusia ato taxi fufu Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema mwakwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuo abosia, susu account, and it does wɔ hɔ savings account, me bada chain savings account, and the akeka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Na won so what to me aka say.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Me damwase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Mesamo wakwa abadeba eye TV XYZ. Wa utie power 97.9 FM. Mwakwa aba edeba inside politics jomedie so. Baby Edri eye ekuku damati nkonya atena so ansema egubamba so na ebe delve into it na eye di ho enkomo. Yewo eye Listwell Nana Poku ono na oye executive director edema eye GAC oha. Saso na yewo eye Dennis Ofori Asiedu Esquire lawyer Nimapa ono so wa a member of the NDC communication team anti ekukudami na ye no mu ebedi ende edwumen mema o makwaba na bebi o mu fiso o mama ye huma ekọ ewi ansema eguba maso ye di ho nkomo ma memo listen wakwaba na bebi aboko de
boko se awo tafo awo se wa nya ne boko a wa na sebi obebre nti bibia boko na se aban papa bai ami hu mi nua che kakra
ba kese o kan be kam mitimi baby mitimi kona
lawyer ne fatal
say say one kasa say usisu abrabo mu a ohwe osisisi niema egu ho no na wahwe ne be fatal na wawu anum na no abọ ho ban de wanante akọ nkukura bom
me nyina me ese wo fatal pa
enke su da me das
me fe pa
o ye so say nye pons na mabo wanimu na
all pons eti bibia boko me ma mampani ni na pamfo nyina so aha wie na em say last week or so I mean fa chopa ma empaniphobia o mo afrefre me say say do baby a adwuma occupational hazard
okay
na say abrantie bi minim ne da minim ne baby a na obedi intro to o mampani John Mahama so na on say ora Mahama ye obi a on pese obema onu nti woni obi kura ntembe twitwitwi nti em say bibi koso between me no but main revisit issues no but it's just to say sorry to my loved ones who have called on me not to me ma me kura dey say odehia ni preku enwura techem sanse nipa na menene saade no se onye obi a obi kura animu no yes na me feel say obi a waye MP dade e wo se nko hu nyansa but sanse adwene ne wo for me ntino ema me ye bibi ba ku mienu bi a na me ano me hwe videos no I wasn't happy na edu ba bi a se we hu sebi nipa a woni ne di agro na sebi one to two anya say bia sinto bia na bibi but obia so say with your pedigree na sebi udware na sebi obi be yi ontoma he no we ni nachi nti mesre so bia fanche say ebi nsi biem na sa brante no so no eja de ono so otete no na abre na sebi de owo obakwasia no eya yesi wa amre se de otene ho nti me de besi he ya na mapo bia chew se ebi nsi biem me hwe me husu ye na obi be ka me kura me mfi no enye se obi be ka me mfi no so na obi be bom suma ma me be dan ha nso ama no
sende ne bible ne kire no obi bobi nkuma na wadane ni fa ma no na ayefe
ora Dennis
kinia ade ba ko a
yentio
ade ba ko a me pe o minua Listwell ho no echia ne fe ne say a chopa ye papcho na yama ajibro ato ya twaso nti minua aiko
if not to mention people frame ya and I say onemi edin kita ho a mani wu ye pa me papa ba ko okumase
okay
obi a onim Dr. Ahmed bia no the text message now they bring me no me can we any mani ewu pa say na bukupa na obi a onimonyam ni sei na ukọ bedwemu ana de ukọ ye de ntwe tim obi amfa ncheme ebi nsi biem se me dwan na bodem ni beyi me ntoma me hye ho akopim se
ye ntama foforo bebe me dase
me nye biem
ama etiefo ne ahwefo ni nti na ya betena nti se utu anamo bi no muhia ona mukasa na no de ne awoye na ntwa yi a ne efe na
they are right everyone is right
ayesa no me fa kwanya na me na menua kuma King Nicholas ase last weekend me koye masie yi na before esi no obo de roof fefe o hama me
very usual of him.
Yes, and I'm a coy no so. But me dey cow.
Just that the little doctor is not always rich. I don't know about that.
I don't know about the cano. I
don't know about that. About that, bonko for the no boni papa. The ni pass romantic. So the little doctor is always not rich.
No, I know. And I made no. Because I know me te ha no about the no so edu so no. Na bibi
e cancel the tutu
ni de ndo mzemetua kenza uni mzaude
me de nkase me do ka wo hada me nkada
me de maka because me pesa man 40 no ba no betena no ka say kana kwa me de me no watia na man fo say eye bafu me amplele me ko eno so aja man fo beta mechi fe adofo ebusuafo me fa sa kwenye na me fa asida PSA ma tapa amanya bretu ebusua masafo hini mesuma kwa hini minua no mema minua ya boache chese mi kase mi bodi a mi momwie da omo mu fin kran Bismarck Asante Ronaldom omo nyina edi mechi e ba Santro Kofi Bume meda Mr Samuel Achampo no so ne host me on fie me ne mabusuafo nyina ma ye ne nansa nyina me de wie ne bai na wie minua no nso a omo discover omo de nsa meba omo de nsuo beba
okay
enti be fa sa kwenye da mu nyina ase baby amu hi fie de beta machi nyina no nyame hyemu ema mu nyina na omo bia obibia hode na sey be hia biemu no na nka meka se be hia biemu na ye koje aware ana ye kwa badinto na meka ye se nyame ya adoma the fere ani mi nda ye ni so minu kuma baako Mr Erika Champon ono so na CFM
okay
ye je emunu o akrade heya ama minu anom ebusuafo mu fitapa amanya ye nyina ya beta minu kuma nechi ama yie no ya ye no senia emire bia yesi aye no ne yakra na se echi kra senia meka no me da mo
ye beda se papa Ora Dennis ofori ase edu so na ete ne nka no ye sha ase ye hwe illegal mining na ekoso man mu kwan a de man afa to the previous government 8 years obedi ye ade a wontu anamon papa bia amfa mboa 8 months wo hwe aban papa ba na anamon so otu no obo adwuma ye papa wo hwe ende 24 pickups 24 Land Cruisers odiama EPA or the 250 motorbikes ni na no ye ku editia Galamsey fight mama sha so list wo yen sha se what's the word fight there ye kra na on pese
well I think say as a student of literature no you can use some words in their literary way. You know, we will just adapt to using it in a way, but I don't think say the fight no na make us a Galamsey yes no na mempe say be say yani a man for no na mempe. It gives a very bad imagery when you find out say nipa oni omo wo man mu no nyame ache omo gudie nanso so akoye say ekwan omo fa so etu agudie ne nyenti no oni omo etwe ana oni omo oku no na as it doesn't it's not very well naturally minyati fight na say yene amanfo ko nti na I'm not comfortable, but I mean to clamp down illegalities of such magnitude, why not? It's something that is a deviance that society must be able to put a halt to. Enti mame fakonya we so na menchia etiefo ne ahwefo menchia menua lawyer Kwame Dennis
me so
na me mo wabaso ne adwumaso a nso ne wapamfo a da bia ne omudi dwuman modo amwoma oman ni nti mudie na on say da bia me ka samba ko say Yankopon the chain in gold. Na gold now the chain. Senka obia say nyame the gold that chain tino me sorry without recourse to law. Memma me home so na makotena baabi na baabi ameko no me two gold no sene me peno. Esan say nyame na the chain me. Na sebi en shishaye ne tumi bia ni wiase a de beba ne se ebia me tu ha obi so be na adwen se hwa no pe ti ebe wiase no na e de conflict and I say clash aba ti mpanifo a omudi yanim kan a omo hyehyɛ mra no se omo hyehyɛ amemu mra no na omo ye se ansa no bi betimi akɔ bi se wokotu fam agudie no yemi kan kura ema ye nyina ye hu se agudie na ye nyina ye dia asoman no se yenya gidie wo ye mampani mu na ye de agudie no ama no se ye de yetumi ama no se ono na on toto nyoma ene agudie bi e wasase nim bia nsoso no yema o mampani no enhodo no in trust for the people of this country. Enti gold, diamond, bibi bia no. E fa ne se ni nyina no e se o mampani sa. De di kan no. Eni esa ye mra se e se o mampani sa no. Enye se o mampani na de ono ani tumi. Beka se kwaku manu wo fa ko tu ho mu na de benya bia no fabra ne enche. Enunti yaye asoye ahodo a eno so ewo se omo ebo saade no ehu bra ebi ne Minerals Commission ebi ne Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources ebi ne asoye ahodo a omo so ebi a gold sensem omo hwe so ebi a omo hwe diamond so ebi omo hwe manganese so hwe Ghana Manganese Company menim diamond ya na metik ne nka che kakra ne ahodo aka aluminium na bauxite bibia yewo asoye hwa so enti sansoye ni nyina wo ho na ne fapem pa ya Minerals Commission omo na omo ehwe saa ekwan ya yefa so tu fam agudie no ene sene yebetimi ama tumi krata ede di se aban na ama utumi se obetimi akwa akotu fam agudie na bia na nwie yo emrani mu no yesi akyere wo sene wobesi fa tu efam agudie o ta se entinya se ukoya wunya krata na ne chese ukoya na odi aso boha tutu babia sene wo pe no da bi enti emrani chewo se wutu ha na sabi uwia ewo se okata so na sabi nature na sa taking a course na se nura befu a enfu se bibi na be ya ne ye de ehwa ye den aye
okay
enti enhyehyeye ene entutu ye da ho de boni fre no terms and conditions apply eboa
sanity
enti ye nyina be kai se President Mahama first term and abrinti bia wama nani atra nani nton na wafa emra eni tumi abonebo na ɔne nam kurom ha mmerɛnto asɛm ti ɔno ara bɔ ne ho asafo hene sɛ ntumi na ɔka na asɛm biara na waka kyerɛw sɛ wɔno ntumi no na bibibia ni wɔ asase so a ɛbɛtumi no nti sɛ woka sɛ hwɛ yɛ na deɛ wuyɛ mmerɛ bi bɛba a sɛbi biribi bɛtumi woka ya hyia mahama no wɔkɔfa he no abɛɛma mpani ɔno koraa ɔno ne watwa bɔ no akama nsɛm bi wɔ hɔ a metumi bie ma no koraa wɔbɛdwam ɛnka san sɛ owura mahama yɛ obi a mefɛre ne papaapa san sɛ saa nipa no nyame a mɔdodo Ghana pɛ ɛna metumi aka sɛ ne sɛ so ɛpie yɛ a nyankopɔn ada Roma yɛnya ne sɛ yɛma mpani ɔmo a ɔmo te sɛ owura mahama nyankopɔn etimi mo second chances mo second opportunities etimi mo opportunities even when ɔmo akura mpo sɛ na ka hwan na ni wiase a ɔba yɛ sɛbi o yɛsɛ bra na bɛyɛ ɔmampani abɛdi akyie ɔsɛ o mi da mempɛ na ɛgye sɛ mpanifo ɛkɔ ne nan so frɛ no tunifo ansa na wagye wabra na me ne otiwei sɛ me na epoku obi frɛ me sɛ me mɛyɛ wɔkyema akora wɔ Jubilee House ahwɛ a metumi ka ma mmɛma bu oti ase ɔsi da bi mempɛ sɛ nipa no ɔmo nɔɔso obi ase ɛnya ahonya die nti na ɔmo baayɛ na sɛbi ne frɛ ne sɛ ɔbɛsom ne man na wagye ne din pa na ɔde akɔ fie kae sɛ mmɛ bi atwa mu papa ekɔ fie sɛ ɔbɛba mpo asa bɛyɛ flag bearer ama NDC no ɔso ɔnyɛ mpanifo kan ya brɛyɛ ɛna ɛkɔba sɛ sɛnea nipa sɛ no din nti ɔbɛpɛ sɛ ɛsiane sɛ din no nyɛ ɔno ne din na yɛ ne papa din a ɔde too ne nti no akɔyɛ abusua din nti ɔbɛpɛ sɛ ɔbɛba na ɔbɛlive legacy bi a onim sɛ ne track record no in this Fourth Republic ɛna ɛampa nso so president bia including Nyame of Akufo can't beat John Mahama to his track record in terms of his developmental drive, infrastructural drive. Obi aniwo na osaba ya kakra Nyame aye na duma waba. Oba ye enuma pi na asai awo na chi emfie nwotwe a ojai abanya to ho ma Owu Akufo-Addo. Na sabrante ya ye kana asem ye fe no huntumi. Kotra ni kasa mfoni so. Ene ahadin ahemre. Toyam piasa sabre no na nya bibia no Owura Mahama yo. Mahama sebi odi kasade na akrokro se nda bi de wi amoye efom hoi. De wi amoye kwaye. De wi amoye nsuwansuwa yi. Mo be sei no amantiri ma bebre. Enti sebi se mo betu mpokura na mo fa kwan paso. Na yen tu sebi Nyame na de kyɛ yɛn na wakɔtena ne kasa mfoni so odi Owura Mahama tem saa owi na ɔkasa so sɛ Mahama ɔbɛfa he na ɔbɛma mpani na edu baabi a na sɛ bi o pam ohufo a oto ne bɛma ɛna Yankopɔn yɛ na dom a ɔba abɛmu no so no ɛna ɔmo bɔ akyire sɛ ɛkwan a wuntumi fa so a okote na konta mining mind you akonta no eye Akufo-Addo
ana wuntumi owara Akufo-Addo
mpacho dabi oba ne de mi ntimi nkyirem oba no ye innocent na akonta no wuntumi no obetimi akyerɛ oba akro ya nti ɔte akonta mining wɔ Akufo-Addo din mu
was be evidence be a kyerɛ
oba no wɔ innocent like I've said no
okay
oba bi nti ene ewo bibi e fe na akonta mining
okay
akonta ne Akufo-Addo omu mienu ene ye nkontafo na oba no de wuntumi de betima kire oba akro nti na obehwa ada wuntumi eye niamo ho a the then lands minister lands and natural resource minister ebe kan ani mo bedwam Akufo-Addo de hu before say another press conference say wuntumi nya eboni bia na akonta mining nya eboni bia meanwhile as at the time ani ye kan ho asem na akonta mining na wakwa hye forest bi e fe ni Mimiri forest
Sama boy
ama videos no I think say is gone viral obi ehu ni na yehu enoma na woni ni aid ehye kwaye nimu asai kwaye no
Kwame Ntwi
a destroy your friend Kwame Ntwi on
no hwe akonta mine no so
ba ku bi nso wodi bi ni refi ni din kakra
Kwame Ntwi ne edwane omso edwane
ono a aid na wo kase we Kwame Ntwi na hwe so me hu ba kono no edwane
me de me kai di ba ku bi
Charles Bishop sensem na no hu bom
yes enti sese no eni o mampani John Mahama na ni ntumi anya o tumi bi a ewo mramu no atumi ntumi otimase
mato asefa
tumi bi atumi
ntumi okay
si enkase ya ma bail ya ma bail enti kwanya obefa so a ubetimi anye bail ne hu nioma no na wo ya na wo ko ya bia no aba court ya di tabulo to so say he say ntimi ntu kwa biem kopim si ebedi wa asem awie anu cry is not bad he say no wo de wo hu so wo ne wo hu emra no atumi ntumi only one aspect of it who say first one no pay free court and yes another offense is slap on
yes
ewiase e wo se ni pe bi kan so nyansa pa san wotimi abone bra yi na ma betina haka I won't belabor the point ye wo mo a omo wiase a ebi kura mpo American omo bone chen de entwibo si akon aye
no correct
na ewiase ye se aboa nwa ohu ne hu so hwa e na onini bedani otope otiase we aye koye bai ebinum ya aye boni kura che hu dini o enso omo hu nya ehi sa bronye abai ekufado abai ni onim bi me man tisi ma ni post bia o ba bia
I'm tell last minute onya top board bi aka
ene neche so wa abai nim kakra
okay
enso o say ni hu ehi no enye ehi say sabi ni nyina ye sene ne kasa ne su ne ban sene o ma na ni tra na ni nton na sabi period ni pa mi hu ne pesu ni kwa na me fere se me boni din Mahama me fere he is almost without blemish sabi sanka ni pa enye ba ku mienu na bia betima ka so ni pentisin to bi baba ne ho a enka onye ni pa sabi e wo so bi kura ne no because ono no o dwe bone ma no kura na o dwe papa ma de kosu de bai pa na nka sabi yesi yenya Ghana for no munye wuntumi de opa na ga say NDC for so mo yiri wuntumi a na ka obeka ne ka say kranke dinka
no crap
ni nyina ye na no onu na mo so ni ahode o oni ahode
ya samu
we ai no ko ibo so reba no wa say eda ho drawing etinu mi de be ye futuo ama ye nyina se ebio ye hwe ya no kasa yie anytime abu so listo wa le buofo awo ko bia no enye me na me ko ma me ho aida se me ko ama me man ana se me ko ama obi
sa
na wo watimi anya kokoduro just because wadwe ye wo se akufo do ye mampani na mo bia konta mining enti akonta na se me nko enwe mu nkotu agudie wontumi nti omo se da ko se mra o ma se bedwem se efile kro betimi akokwayem akotu afom agudie na nko madwe yo mo se emra no will take a retroactive effect se ne be ya kwaye na no wo semu dada no a na wo tu fom agudie no ya wa se kwaye no esan se ya be ya mra amana ya act of parliament nti no sa mra no be kwa kova ne boni ana wa ye dada ansa ne ye se mra no adwini ni swa etie lawyer Pierre Kubi another lawyer no respect man but you see
don't know want to be lawyer
yes obe hen obe want to be lawyer I don't know go want to be lawyer open bibi na adi ewu lawyer for the adwuma no o han no we papa o nya papa o na adwuma no so be defend o
enye se pe bibi adi
dabi ono de ndi
adwuma ni su
tie ono no de ndi o pe bibi adi ewu
dabi ente sa ntini eno de me ende be pene ma won kan to me si
usunya na o ya no tie me say se o ko ye wuntuni lawyer no o pe bibi na adi ewu
dabi nkasa
ni nyina ne say wuntuni no enye ade a eye shaded in secrecy ne boni no enye shaded in secrecy na wetin defend this aboni we
to act for a client na as a lawyer no and to say na waye no ye shredded in secrecy ojina ho pefe no ye no bi ani to akrampa eye wasede se ohwehwe mramu babia
enu ti na me say
banya fahudi na
wa me say enu ti na me say
so de na juma no say ye ni to say edwubu esi akuntu from a good say you need to no as a lawyer no training ni say asema ba ne hono de on hwe no ngina ho say obetima aboana and no doesn't mean that e be o come de no ana wa me ambroso and no na adwuma ne de jane na onye ne mo moye
adwuma na oye no soso no sinto bebre wo mi pa me nya lawyer ni na e ma mi hu say sometimes utimi de mra eda ho pefe ya wow kasa wow lawyer ni no unim sade a me ko kan ni bia sebi ababa bro a nyankopon ede dum nipa a efre ni nyansa kura ni enso na wo ka na ten interview ni mu no o kire se enen pokura de attorney general no o koye no se ne wo no ankasa outside minister for justice no o pese wo ye na o hye court no kete se omonyiri wuntuni no wa anya de no so we lawyer ni na adwun ketua sei e da otimu a ha adwun yes ya attorney general Ghana ha go fedame ya otiri ko katra another accused person say wo sadako twam to another accused person so and also lawyer we hu don't you have a catch so senior I hate hypocrisy. I hate people when they are very much of hypocrisy. Because sebi I don't think I will person catch me say you are not being discriminatory against the state in favor of your client. What is this discrimination? I will accuse you a judge say why discriminatory a friend say act against obia one kasa one lawyer here who kwa defend yourself who say who to me ya bonnet ya o my way asase ni ne kwaye ni show we are where tesa wanya sika afri boni a wadi mu beba obi adinti wanya sika edan ma pudio ma gold aisa kwa beko no ni wayi gold ni farmer no eti be gina hanu na titi wani ase te said ye said na okika wani emenya me sompa wani be na judge ni ye wo ba ye so constitution no ha chapter say article say et say judge ni wa anya ni ye why are you a lawyer preaching morality preach the law talk about the law come on na me you ano we can morality wo Ghana ko fe da mi po na mu bu no ko fe da me we deal dam difference ni onu pona mu no eti no me de anya dia sebi semi nua ni wuntu mpo ene ede ne kwa na kasa aban ene ne nkonhye because adia odia ye on my way ye kwaye and wuntu ni say who can the word capricious do you understand the behavior wuntu be put out when and confront omoye forestry guards went attacking him or maybe chasing after him to exit the premises of the forest. He was very capricious. He even locked them up in the place. So year rough. Obama boys now buomo. You are talking about capriciousness. What does he mean? And I'm going to say, law school now, let's say you become sanctimonious. I think that they be catch us people know you be law. Me catch now.
Ota kampa.
Because Oh, say a deal instead of talking law, no, they will be preaching morality. What has morality got to do with the law? What has it got to do with the law? And to me, I will still re-echo and re-emphasize the fact that the justice system, no, they reset, no. So say, and yet, your friend is saying, Tokomu and Etiho. Justice Bafoboni, so we share the pedigree in law. We share the justices. We, and yet, Sebi, Koji Konte, and now la pewa, never abema a sentence, and you be a consuano. We a judge now flouting laws. Now, obey you ready? All those lawyers and judges that have been conniving and doing all the dubious things. They say justice Bafuboni, as long as he's the chief justice, no, disciplinary actions will be taken against them. Because he himself, he has availed himself to public service and he's disciplined. And you know, media moving forward, no, I believe in the justice system. It should take its course. We a lawyer, newness or client, you know, why a bonny, not copacha, wow, copacha. And the drab on team, I say, Attorney General, no, Najuma, or you, and the appeal could be. You are by far senior to Ayeni. But I'm now winning. Or your doctor in law. What pedigree in law near there? Or you can say, we are lawyer for a long time, and it is all your lawyer ni mappa. There be. You need dear law, Muno. Ayeni. And it's slim side. Slim side. Nindia omo wo law mu no woni bi
okay
Kumasi de obi ye lawyer ni na se wa bon kra o ye lawyer ni ene lawyer fo bebri wo ho
oh we say na person che say a lawyer fo a o ma bon no Kumasi ana
enye sa na make me say
Kumasi de
e bi yo ho ye jeje obo so we say oh dentia denti ankan we size 7 and so we want me and my work on Mutuma as a form. Lawyer. I do a trim.
But I say, let's all Nanapokune ten and Kano. Yemfa, congratulations, I mood do. Congratulations, Kasepa. Yemfema, a Mrs. Daniela Mausi into Sapon. Chief Fire Officer. Eddie Ma Ghana Fire Service. The Amano, the Legendary Woman of the Year Award. The Abono, congratulations. Abasobode Kesepa. Wabwe Juma, Ubahi, Ubidi, Ghana National Fire Service enemy. Mame, Daniela, Mausi into Sapon. Wabwe Juma ye papa, and Tinde. The Legendary Woman Award of the Year, Aquamo, Papa, and see, Mommy, baby, obia, congratulations. Boa Basupa, my wire no. Na, one man, Mommy didn't come, no, say, Vishina, Mommy, Woma, Ghana National Fire Service, no, and ye vision ketwa. Na, or say, Ghana, yes, why ye join at was service no more, or just say, Ghana National Service, Fire Service, Bekwen and Impa. Into baby, I will be an Mrs. Daniela Mausi into Sapon. Baby, I will be an congratulations for me. And see the Legendary Woman of the Year Award. I had the amount. We do my pa wabble. See more fire. Yet, ma menko Dennis. Oforia see it this way. Lo,
Medium Dasi. I'm say Galam saying something. I don't know where.
Oh, yeah.
List to like you. Yeah, that's it. So we trouble in senior SN Fata. Sometimes no trouble ni be ho. And this lawyer trouble ni be ho. Senior niema kono. Na sa na wo say mumu fa no. But ansana be ba Galam saying common so no. I'm say as obia me wa profession no mu ne de niema ba ko me no bi wo ha I was say me de to baby I was say
okay cool
say be na atifo
so practicing Accra
atifo o do me anya Kumasi asem no Kumasi asem no de eno unse tama me ko school o wini ba na ye obi friend no local rules say ye bo matcha to say bia University of Education for your bomb match maybe a ufi abontina over kind who na say your bomb match na ne do baby na ye hwe na wo momu na waba no wo ye hu ball ne ball chain we say no be just local rules na just say before when you ba ho so no instead of 11 players on each side na yen side dey be 15
go when you me
the local rules wo Kumasi a ono fi Kumasi ono te ase nti eno no de meaning to me kan hwe but generally say be no bi nka say o wote ha na ya ka mo ho asem na wa nya no ye bi ama nti no mentente ne ma ba ko mi bi say ejuma no aida say ujina mafa ana
we ujina ka no nti amate ne say Ghana Black Stars etumi ahye miensa
yeah do mase afi de na cheso ma hye mi nua Kofi Enum at least Kofi ejuma no
akakwesi ada
minister for youth sports
mi nua Kofi
so he's the difference
ejuma no hwe ada se ujina benkum ana ujina nifa ubetimi ejina mfinfin no wahwe ha hu se ade de nko benkum na wo se da na mo ni benkum ho so a wuntimi nko kasa ntia nifa because who need nifa ho so bese akwanya ne ba se kogina benkum ana kogina nifa abre nyina no bibi wo benkum a obegina so ena nifa ho so kogina ho a bibi wo ho a obegina so enti most of the time enye se onipa ni preachi in a certain way because on non mind but you see time bia no onipa na obehu say gina na nemu ana ye adwuma man no wo feel say ana mra ne kire say ono na wo nafa nti ono na wo say wo hwehwe mra nim edita na chi nti enye say ebia say eba say mikogina obi a yese wabo kron no achi a na che say mefo akron no boso eya na ntisa ebi wo ha onipa ne ba wo ho no kra ne bia wabeka no kra che so lawyer ade no mafa na momu hwe se bia yede ne bekom be mfie du na wo hwe nkola bia oja mo akire oba bia oja no akire adwuma bia oja no akire ebe ha adwuna na wo kosere se wo nke enye no afi ana nke be ye krampo na yemfa money kokko na yema ne kwa no onye na adwuma eno nkire se mpacho eno nkire se ofu akron no boso South Access sana juma ni sote nti eya munya yen kakra nye juma
ba lawyer nka me ka
debi wu kana me no nya juma
nti ameka sana
no nya adwene
nka we no ya come court me ko defend obi o court
kama sewe ojai
na san she ba kwa
na we me se wo kasa no na be hu tumutu na me o be me mamu
de me kan say
obi nua
lawyer for no lawyer for no lawyer for no ankasa no yeah who say no who say
mami hene
who say the tell say so we court to defend the criminal, the world's most criminal entity. Not Udibima, I don't have a problem.
Okay.
But where you come to the public to want to preach to me, say he's not a criminal.
I said,
so could not court now reach I don't have a problem. But where you come and use microphones to tell me that criminal, he's not a criminal.
Yeah. enye ya sedie
keto no me ex natural
enye ya sedie ni say ye fi court ai be gina bonte ne kasa na mum Nicholas mo na ya mutata ye microphone na ye microphone so utata o mo enye mu nyina na timi edi me wo de microphone ni ba me so kra me timi apia to nche be nyu bia na wo sa akukudu be me ni ohwe gen ko garam say no so adano me ni abrantie bi eko one of these TV stations ne ko kan galamse nkomo yedi nkomo ni we ya ye pon ya pe no call host no ni producer no o se munye njira ya and am say o se wo galamse no say mumu de cassette ya e na drum so yeso ya de be cassette and am say enkosi da ben mo ba ye no ye jamu emma mo kwan be afi mfie mi ansa senka ne mu betimi ayefa galamse hu nyina munye mwanya mfie wotwe ene ka say aden ena saa mmani nyina nso no na obi nhyɛmo but baby ya bɔ mɔde abɔ ho ban saa ansa na mo ba no afei de mo san be bue kwan no ɛsesa mmra hɛ ɛnyɛ bibia nti ɛna edikanfo no yɛ mmra wo sɛ na mineralist wo ɛka no enema bebre wo hɔ a even nana no mu anomu nim atro ɛne akenkan no krampo no di nimdeɛ ne nyansa ɛhyehyɛ mmra de to hɔ ɛna yɛdi so no ɛboa yɛn bebre mekai yɛnyi no ɛwɔ mekura ase ne ɛwɔ baabi baako mienu bi a na yɛwɔ ɛnyɛ forest kɛseɛ a yɛbɛtumi aka sɛ forest but kwae ketewa bi a nnua kɛseɛ bɛyɛ 9 num bi sisi hɔ ne yɛakyerɛ sɛ aha yɛnkɔ hɔ aha ɛyɛ yɛse suman wɔ hɔ nti sɛ unnim kra na wokɔ hɔ ekɔtwa dua bi ana wokɔ pagya wɔ hɔ ana wokɔ tutu mmerɛ kra wɔ hɔ na anadwo da nsamanfo bɛba wo so and as children we feared say yɛbɛkɔ hɔ yɛn maame no mu so no mu suro sɛ ɔmbɛkɔ hɔ until somewhere later me uncle bi bɛda ne catechist no bɛda ne catechist wie no na ɔsɛ wahu nyame ɔsɛ wahu nyame yɛ mini forest ɛhɔ nyɛ odwiri mu nwie nyina ansa no
nipa na wahu nyame no
so sɛ adeɛ no ne yɛde bɔ ho ban yɛ mosom nti ɔno so abɛhu nyame ma ne nyame ne sɛ sunsun biara no yɛtwam enti no ɔmutumi kɔduru asɔre dɛm koraa no ɔmukita adeɛ no te sɛn ɔmukita praeɛ ɛne mmaa ɔm sɛ ɔmubɔ mpaeɛ na yɛhwɛ ɔbonsam na in their minds no bosom no a yɛde ne bɔ ɛkwae no ho ban no ɔyɛ bonsam so ye papa o so ye boni o onya ni bible mu ni de oye bonsam
amen hu ye mobo
amen and so only a few people took chainsaws and fell all the trees around she say oh aye kwatre kwa the same issue na newo go to and starting now
oh
it started from nananom abreso into ubeka se mami abrewa bi owo gold e wo kukuo mu
na ehedua
bi ase na ehempa bi ase ehyefuo bi baabi no obewu a no direct so kwa kukuo na e wo ha no hwemu se hye abra na omo pe gold ni nyina no na nsuo ekwaye nsase aye dosu ni nyina omo bo ho ban they used common sense, simple basic things. Mineralist way. We say you know we don't come from the same village. Now we notice one thing. Lord kwan main road who say no as asiketo ana da ho no yedua moko yedua nkruma yedua no ba bebre eburo kra yedua wo krom and my aunties were like kro ya say yedua no ba wo krom finfi. But more say no. What is the secret? No, you be say branty be say I don't know dedua nema okrom so okrom ha yenyen mponche. Ubenya mponche a you have to cage it. You don't allow it to come out because omanya previous experiences are those experiences no. Listo we kodo na Nicholas Ejani mponchi amoma ko say ni no bai no na de ntanta aba omutem enti omo be share ho mra enti no eye nia esi enra ena kire mra ye hye nenne enti se wo ba no hu se ye se asase ase eniema ewo ehye ho nyina ewo mani di ni ye de ahye president ne sa se onkura mu emmatima mufuo no ne omana na kire se enra no na nkrofo bitu anamo se nkasa de no mo de pesemenkumenya ne krono efa amomo hu nti se obeto mra ti sana ye mprepre ye hu ensesa mra no ne mum ne ye ne se ye hyemukina ana ye di nimdie ehwehwem
okay
obai na obeto se ye se obetu fam agudi a nsu aho nko ho kwaye nkomu obebusa say aden unka say tetemra mra ni bi ho a they rush to change them without perusing the wisdom ma tetefo no the shares amra nti ene ubetene yesi kom juma ni ho say ni say enye ni nyina na tesa obi wo ho a oni option siso no unse uti kuro bi mu a ejuma ekoso kuro ni mu no influence your career path.
It's true. Okay. It's true.
It is growing up and say obi buza say how did you get here? Because you started with driving and all that and you go here. Growing up, that was what the family had. Skills, the driving skills na we busu any. Nti enum na yenso yekowura. Nti sakola no onyi na office school ba. Na wo so okoto ne papa e wo gala site. Definitely growing up. Say ne papa na yin fi kuruma. He went into gala.
That's true.
So when you have opportunity now, options in New and I was a mostly in Yamoye no. Yamoye way to a class in. Now decide is Remy no benya. Yet be more than 20 years and son a light about me class. Because here na the cania shape a woman. Lantern. Omo ntimi afford that time.
I rubber can.
And I make an bobo. Bobo eno de da de be na hunu mu na
etu. No dey friend kwede.
And now fan now by then usuru.
Fan your friend a rubber can.
Oh okay. E be cry the bat. Na e be cry the bat.
There's so many.
Yes. Bamo I for the kind of bobo.
Bobo. Dr. Pa Bobo oba those days no concert no. Oba no be soon di denim. Onyankwa. Enti no na ye ni samre no social media ne sa nema ni no ena ubisa akola obi betima ka cho say me nyi a me pilot na me plane ni ko hu bi wa hina no deciding to say me pilot because that option was not there. Lawyer, Samuel Meti lawyer, we Jasayo, far away, somewhere in my mind. So I say, those things did not even occur to me. Take it says, gala akola na uni or gala environment. No on teshe. If it's in the forest, it's in the bush. On teshe, all he knows they say, Nyane papa. Eye a di fidi fie no gala nti ono nyini na sika de obenye sky de ahwefia gala population no so koso no na space na ne papa mutu no ensa nye sufficient nti was almost extended so they will go on till they hit the school park do school park na no assassin sa nti e be no mbe wura park ni. And then me show video bi na
somewhere
in Kumasi omo tua wo fie nanim and omo hohoro ade no won chansim na my one catch on papa say papa mu fie ni entu gold no wase ye bepe ba bia
am say ndra so me hu video bi a fear bi a ya che no ne boys bi a omo etu fie no
we tu fie ni ho we gata
fie rap
no no se fu
papa pen na boys 3 omo etu abefie ho.
Eye serious and the man girls need to say omu mufie ni mu no mu tu gold no na mu tu gold na gold scanner so fie ni sia
ma ni niska
akwa eje mu nya mpa
and everywhere there is galamsey no the economy there no more expensive to live there
than any other way. Yes.
And me di fufu me so me di 200 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Men what say cropon?
200 never feeding for 20 water famanya.
Fufu plate you say. So like in piski dia.
Fufu plate. Ni tinti.
What you say?
Yo. But you want to see.
Ni tinti nyina say. Galamsey fight no there ni here. Any opepa. That political will say emrena so say baby ye tu no baby ye tu dada no emra so say ye reclaim is assassin reclamation na me offer bi a wa free mu di ye skani reclamation no baby ye tu na ase na ye say ye hwe enyi no ho na ye twe anwea kogu ye sili ye de nnua dua grass ye tu ame offer kana me offer ye skani ansa na obi nti ono wu hie ni nti reclamation no ye offer ye bi penti ye nim ye yo aban fama ye contract ye be gbabu amrantie ne resources ano ni akori for reclaiming lands ni I think say honorable minister wakasa fa ho say there is going to be a reclamation I'm say last start here the difficulty is to reclaim every acre of land, and I think costs about $40,000. Till look at the extent of damage. What I say? Now, a buying and koboka wabra individuals. See, when the president was talking about this galam, say, he was pitying the youth now. Ekotua omo camping bia oti ba bia ono wo masite wo omo tu bia omo de komo obi tisem ntumi how many times does he go to the site on site what the brain and all the actual kala omo egu kwaye ni omo na huru gold no tio omo huru gold na ono wo dey gold wo TV so no dey achega etino President Mahama na yi nyina ne say instead of arresting Nkwala ukotu omo forest na ya chi omo rather let them lead you to where they take the gold to na yan chi campaign no once you are able to clamp them down campaigns no down no and if you don't we'll get them
okay and my man for happy birthday in advance and for my Apostle Bright Ekomia ono na other a good news Assemblies of God a war a East Legon Hills ano nyame aduma Sunday papa wo birthday on the 12th of October di ye be di birthday ni dia ma papa na members ye beba na di birthday na mo Sunday 8:30 pepe na wo ho na efi waso Mrs asafo maame oye adifo ba Lorishia eye mbia so for maame say ye na ye bra na ye mbedi ema papa na bibia ntumi konkanti happy birthday in advance enkoma ye Apostle Bright eko mbia nyame aduma Sunday ye wawoda ye bebe dia ama papa so na ye birthday shronko sonkoma ye Mr. Moses Nyameche oye teacher wo banso ho no wo it's happy birthday we do birthday and belated birthday enkoma Mr. Moses Nyameche a teacher wo banso in Chiakesen Komo. So na Mr. Ken, we in charge of Bogoso mines. Mr. Ken waso yichichi or papa yemo and I say wo belated birthday in Chiakesen Komo. Victoria Sale usu kumase and there wawoda into more happy birthday. Birthday in the baneba. May enquire ni me. At least me say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama obedi beindrai says ya 9th month ni wo hu ne say oba office ene how economy ne akọ impact yentio mreno kwa yenti we
we dey me twanity ana dey tie ne say asempa etia na dey tie na nanum kasa asempa etia no ehun frama ebo nti mu hia emu nchechire mu biem
Ghana che 5
dey tie ne say until say John Mahama ebeye mampani ne mra toso mienu no na Ghana wonko asumu na Ghana yedi abeni na Ghana maino ni pekuo bi a omo de omo se omo ne abrofo na egro afa omani nomu asese omani ejapade nyina ni mu agudie nyina afa onto se Owura Mahama be mampani no na akufo do ne nua no ne na yonkofo no na ewo mu tirimu se ewo se kwan bia so no omoma adehia omoye Ghana fo adehia ndane nkoa ewo mu mamu anunti efrida omampani akufo ado yekoto aba obi ehu se omampani Mahama edi nkunim ya ninu ekuma baonia edina simpie so agitu mu se ono abo wawe efi sada no Ghana fo nyina nya akomatoye mo enu ya dia Nyankopon adom yama ya achieve a enu nti no sebi me na mu eka pre na motom but I am the happiest man ever because sebi kanino na minam kura na me wayam hihie bi a sese sayam hihie ni obiem enu kwa alone no I've had a sigh of relief and that alone ya dia eso me bo pa dia to so biem obaye anya se obaye ma me nya asundue keke o ani ahuto keke o wa mame adia chese ye framo ye friend say advocates of good governance no assume ya too much say metime mamu menim say oman ye much to do with import economy, import based economy bibi bia ye die de ye nom de ye hye sabi ye import omo ye nsuo yi se omo chire mu a apart from nsuo na egumu no bibia imported yeti he ye ntare ye hye nyina imported ye microphone ye kasa ye imported Nyankopon fa apostle Kodosafo Christ ye ye otimi ye no wentimi an expand ya mana anye krabehwe se ne ne yesusu no but oye bi Nyankopon fa ne Christ na abusuan so ma na chinwo boko na papa no sebi no obusun abusuan sebi mo mani nkoda din ya besre mo yebesere mo me de me nkonya me na me beto obi abusua mu ensemu nchine but abusua yebesere mo papa no sabi na ni onyam no enye edia sabi ewo se mo ma animguasie bi ba ho yebesere mo pa. Now back to this very John Mahama ba yi omu kodwa so se o ma start ko China. Wouldn't say for well over 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, no be am person be China be. And sometimes I use the ebeme because John Mahama if you are born 2016 na okra containers ebia within the year no be 12 and I say ebia o the funny say every 3 months no okra containers ebia 4 nti o hwe say bia within a year no obeye 16 containers yato asa na Mahama ekono ekufo do ba ba mu okofa ni nua Zacchaeus tudini akoe ba yi enofata ba yi eni bawumia ka omuti bo ho kofa akoe ya kenofata ne akoe na Bank of Ghana yi omu say sidi no Addison Emma Sidi no essay nkofo capital. It go to a point nkofo capital ama mo ni adwuma no na ase amomo asa de ka. It won't mean that enkodwa so.
Na dra cry say okita 50,000 ko betumi akwa China.
Say obi akọ.
Omo kan no ni pa.
Hey, say obi akọ. Ni oledi ne jonku na ene ya. Enkobeko. Ni ya me no kasa, ni ya nko. Obi akọ because ekufo de ho no ntimi mpo nko enu mpo alone
enko
ubere no akọ enu tina China fo na no mo de nyama ni baga na no ma beton no but say obi a start ko kakra enu tse say abai papa ye den aba na we mi pere na me si me peden bibia motuom dabi me papa me pa abai papa abaya be ma me ho atome abaya be ma me di yie abaya be ma me menya sabi me bra so mfa so adie ena abaya me ma ko bra no no aba be fa because of dollar no de ko no ase me getire owia no asa be gino no say me sika me di akwakoto futuo mu say abaya me di aba obesia no masa atena so adi he say pensioners omo ye okay to mama ba ye no twetwe what you omo nyina ka kama no otini ba bia wo ye na adwuma se wo kɔ Yankopon fa ne cleanse ekufo do ku empanifo bebre all because of ewudisem etimi de aban we de nsi the form na me ni tuma betimi afa aban na se machi e ka da bia bo say aban no osi e ka fa na se machi
e ba cho a Safari Valley Eco Resort say men kan cho say brana bebo we ni akohoma bebi obeda ma obedi obehwembo e wo Safari Valley Eco Resort we di beji yi pa omo Okre district dewu e ho no omo ko na kobo we ni akomo ni adofo no nko na oduru ha we ni betumi agipa yi for reservation for 059691 4394 Sasana Medimosis Diagnostic Center as a main control so laboratory service ahroa omoran wo say liver na kidney function test ni na ombe ye bi amo nti yare ahru ni na akọ na omonye you know analysis blood sugar na meka hu na amfema Adenta barrier opposite the police station 050 3494885 na oni Medimosis funding commonsion ni your friend X natural mineral water Pachoba XYZ Broadcasting and Himfi Obenyebi and over to me Afre Factory was 0596 27354 baby will be an ombe brobi na with to me anom na kama pa na bibie to me akonkai Victory Garlic Mixture SMN control say wo yare onye binom abeboa wakoma na ebo paper wonsa no na etititi eto se bia na woni so ayekusu Victory Garlic Mixture bebu se immune system na bon ho ban efi yare ahuru na mu enye na organ ha bibie to edrobia 02012938280 Lift Kit capsules bois support your liver no so na digestion enhance metabolism eyi niam mbo ni pedua no efi ni peduum enye na wo pharmacy and licensed chemical shops at apete herbal shops in na wonsa betumi akabi 0244068447 na oni omundin ko Mr. Afedu we ye makonta building contractor or takrado so wo hwe bichichio 1 minute. Where the lawyer man we ndidi. Man we ndidi.
Debe uni we ndidi ba. Offend unim ti say amamu mu. Amanfo a na tifie ene omukro mu a omototo His Excellency John Dramani Mahamadi ebi so se adeyo obi se yanya wanka ebi se
yenya osubiem
ebi se yenya osubiem obi se onko upo obeko biem say din among for the two say ni okaso beye no waye na niampo among for so say nko ntimi ye no eno so waye nti ni among for kan say abampapa ba na abampapa na aba no enya afa na me betena ha a church mu say inflation fee 23 about 9.4 enye me masede eye atinka wonya wo mu nia esi ene wobeti emre bi twa mu
lo ye na fesi mama
emre bi twa mu utonsuo 5 cedis
am ya aduma next week
30 minutes ukoso ukotobi mu abakoda 7 cedis and then so there 3 months 4 months sani auton no de bia abakono saa na ebo ni gina nti Ghana fo na nkasa efili enti na nana do koka say nema nsisi osofo bi be ka say nana mepe wasem bebe bia ode kono enye saa na wasa ode kono because Ghana enema papa ekoso
mama ma lawyer Dennis Oforiase Edu Mendana Sibebre or a member of the Bar NDC communication team or no yet in Saso na list or nana poku
3 hours Restart, refocus.
Okay. No executive director the Magag. Ekukuda mi enu na mi no mo di djuma. Mi ami di djuma de hotiame. Your friend Nicholas ya Osioson. Wait me from King Nicholas. Spend the production team ni na ase. Member musu ye deduce papa in a can ye de bro. Akra ko fida akon ene hwan. Poma checheku na the news amu hwam e de braying anti koso na hwe TVXYZ T Power 97.9 FM nyame amba o chen be sensia. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.